wait, Matt, what are you doing? Like, I've never heard you sing about butter lettuce, and I've never heard your voice sound like a pretty robot. What's happening?
Pretty robot.
To be fair, I think that's the cold open. That's got to be the cold open for the episode. Welcome to Church Jams Now, the podcast where three former youth group kids and current music nerds deep dive into Christian music from the 90s and 2000s. I, of course, am your co-host, Kylan Savage. With me, as always, is Mr. TJ Smith.
Hey, Colin, I'm really sorry that I'm late. There was some local construction, but here we go, brownies. Here we go.
Oh, God.
I'm here on the mountaintop.
All right.
I've arrived.
I'm glad you're not sleeping on it. All right, and a man that we often refer to as Mrs. Hippopotamus himself, our beautiful emo lord, Josh Olson.
Man, I'm glad I'm on time too because I was running a little late, but we're here. Glad to be here.
Yep. The prodigal son has returned, not giving us heartache any longer.
Yeah, this house is no longer empty. We're all three here. The elephants are on parade.
And the cat. Don't forget about the cat.
And the cat.
Oh, the cat. Yeah, is it a Maine coon?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Cat's just bumming, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what cats do.
Yeah. Should we start charging for air, or should it be for free?
That feels so dystopian. I know that's more dystopian than you intended it in the moment, but
No, I fully intended to go that direction with it. We can get into a whole side tangent if we want about the state of the world. That's
I
fine.
think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
I don't think we'll have much to talk about on this record, so we can probably get there, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the space, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it's the longest record we've ever covered. So that leads me into, you know what? Let's do it. Let's mosey on over to Josh's research corner.
Yeah, give
I
him
hope
his
you're done.
flowers, Kylan.
Oh,
Getting right into it. I like marigolds. If anyone out there is buying me flowers,
Yep.
give me some of those.
Garden variety weed.
Yep.
That's all that is.
genuine question. What is your favorite flower? The jammers want to know.
I don't know
Yeah.
if I have a favorite flower.
You don't have a favorite
I
flower?
don't know if I've ever considered it.
You're too masculine, Josh.
Yeah, girl dads for the
I'm
win
sure
here.
you could have a.
I mean, the
can, you
obvious
tell
answer.
can you tell I only have boys?
Yeah. The obvious answer for me is the trillium. I mean, that's
Yep, that makes sense.
Right.
it would be wrong to say anything else.
Of course.
Right.
Although I do like hibiscus plant flowers.
Oh,
Those are really
yeah.
pretty as well.
They are. My favorite flower is a daisy. Yeah, I like a daisy.
Nice.
That's a
Like
good
daisy.
answer.
You're a daisy.
It's just
Classic.
classic. It's goofy.
Yep.
It's a goofy looking flower.
But I don't know. I think it's like really pretty in its way.
No, exactly. No, I love it. It's like the sort of like platonic ideal of a flower, at least culturally,
Yeah.
where we are. It's like the first flower that like a kid
That you
learns to
think
draw.
of. Yeah, right.
When you're like
Off the top of your dome.
3 years old, learning to draw, the kid's going to draw a daisy every time. It's great.
It's
It's
true.
the flower.
Controversial
Yes.
take. Daisy's a good flower. All right.
Flower.
This Relient K episode is getting off to a great start.
Flower jams now. Yes.
Josh's Research Corner.
Okay. Well, we're talking about Relient K. Good job, Kylan. Thank you for that introduction into my research corner, which is no longer an empty house since you guys are here. It's so cozy now.
Oh,
So, just a refresher on the state of Relient K, because we're catching all the way up to 2016 with Relient K.
Yeah, can I ask a clarifying
Yes.
question actually,
Yes.
Josh?
You may.
We're not planning on skipping 5-score, right? Like we're gonna get
The
back.
20th anniversary is next March.
Okay, all right. Just
Oh, yeah.
checking.
No.
I needed the jammers and I to all have the peace of mind that we weren't just like it wasn't some like thing of pretending that record doesn't exist or
I trust Josh's
Something
system
silly like
that
that.
there's some
Oh, me too.
anniversary coming up, and that's why we're jumping
Mhm.
around.
this
Oh,
is
yeah.
this is me like praying to the Everlord for knowledge. Like just share
And I'll
your,
just
your
say,
wisdom
I
with
just have
me.
to plead the fifth. I don't know. I cannot talk about the
Oh.
schedule.
That's a
The
great
fifth
answer.
score in 7
Yep.
years ago.
Exactly.
Bravo.
Yep,
All right.
Yep.
Proceed.
Look out for it next March. That's just for you, TJ. We're not recording this.
Oh, okay.
No one will hear it.
Mum's the word. I'll keep it.
Yep. Exactly.
Locked tight.
Yep. So we are jumping ahead though for a good reason. For Relient K, at the time of this recording, Relient K is just 2 members officially. We have Matt Thiessen and Matt Hoops. We got the Matts. They have lots of credits, some fun ones that you know, of course, Matt Thiessen for piano and vocals, but he also has some ukulele and some trumpet credits on here.
Of course he does.
Hoops has, of course, guitars. He's got omnichord, also trumpet, and Boss HC2 as well. So,
What is that?
and then I don't actually know. I should have looked it up. That's
Boss,
more than just a
like a
regular
Boss pedal? Is that same company?
harmonizer.
But it's okay.
I would assume so.
Mm.
We know lots about music, and are well researched.
Yeah. We're absolutely
We started the
qualified
show
for
in
this.
such a different space.
We did.
The church gyms now, as a whole, we started in such a different place than where we're at now. Now we're just like, I don't know, man.
I don't know. Other contributors for this record are we do have Mr. Mark Lee Townsend playing some sweet, sweet bass all over the
Oh, okay.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
And then we do have Dave Douglas did play drums on some songs. This is his first record back since Let It Snow Baby. So he's not an official member, but we do get some Dave Douglas drums on here.
That's cute.
Is it like song by song? Do you have those stats, Josh?
Do I have it by here? No, I don't. It doesn't on the CD. It just says Dave Douglas drums, background vocals. So
Is anybody
I don't
else
know.
credited for drums?
Yeah, Tom Brayfogle, who I think was playing with them around the same time.
Okay,
So
interesting.
he also has the other drum credits.
Interesting.
So
Okay,
I don't know how many is Dave versus Tom, but
right.
so we do get kind of some more classic era trio going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Air for Free. The record we're talking about is Air for Free, which was released July 22nd of 2016. It's the 10th anniversary, which is why we're covering it. It's their 8th LP, if you don't count their Christmas records, cover record, or EPs that are actually records. It was released on Mono vs. Stereo. It's produced by Mark Lee Townsend. Charts and performance, Billboard 200, it got up to 44. And Billboard Christian made it all the way up to number 1. Of course, it's Relient K. And then the runtime is 16 songs at 59 minutes, 26 seconds. I really love the artwork.
Yeah.
Relient K also did kind of the red, yellow, blue thing before Paramore did that in 2017 with After Laughter. And then some fun facts about the releases. The CD has a precap track of Marigold in it. And the vinyl track list is different than the official release. So they kind of did like
Really?
Yep. They did alternate.
Still same songs, just alternate track
Same
lists?
songs, just different orders. Yep.
Oh,
Josh, can you tell me, do you have a preference on which one? We don't
I
have to get
can't-
too much into it, but
I don't know if I've ever actually listened to it in the vinyl order. But I would probably say the CD version or
Yeah.
the official version.
okay.
They're kind of like grouped because there are different you can some of these songs kind of are grouped together, but they're spread out
Right.
throughout the record. And on the vinyl, I think they kind of group them in those
Actually group them
categories.
together.
Yeah, it's probably also has to do
You
with
got
some runtime.
like the animal songs,
yeah,
the
kind of like that.
man
yeah.
god kind of songs, the flower songs like that. Okay. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
and that wraps up my research.
Okay. So I think we should jump into our history with this record. Oh, before we get to that, Josh, can you off the top of your head, what number release of a CJN episode, of a Relient K CJN episode is this?
Of how many we've done,
Yeah.
this might be the 6th one.
6th.
Including
Maybe.
Christmas.
2 Christmases,
Right,
2
2
less.
Christmases.
The self-titled,
Oh yeah.
and then
That's it.
I think
That's
it's
in
6.
this.
Yeah,
Are they the most covered band on the podcast then?
probably. I would say probably at this point.
I mean,
I can't
they're-
think of
they're
anyone
our
else.
Cornerstone, right? So
That yeah, exactly. I can't think of anyone else.
They've
that
got a
we've
lot of
covered.
records.
6.
it seems up there.
Okay. Yeah, personal history with this record. Josh, this album reminds me of you Because this came out, I think, like right as we were doing the final renovations on my camper before
That is correct.
Jen and I left the great state of Texas. And you were helping me put in that AC unit.
Oh, that's cool.
And I don't remember really listening to the record, but for some reason in my brain, I think because of the release at that time, like I think it's just all like melded in my brain. You're probably going to tell me some story of like how it was the first time we said "I love you" to each other while listening to this
exactly.
record that I have no memory of.
This song was playing
I
while
love
Elfin Parade
that.
was
Yeah,
playing.
but I had
no, it was.
no
I
memory.
think I could have my dates wrong, but I think this record technically did come out. I think it was the day we saw the Modest Mouse brand new show. I remember driving.
Oh,
I remember
wow.
listening to it driving to your apartment to go to that show.
Oh,
together.
nice. Okay.
So
That's an interesting little mashup there.
wasn't it? Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's wild. Cool. All right. So what else? What else, Josh? What
Okay,
else about
so-
this record?
Have you listened to it though? So like you associate that with this time, which it was definitely that time whenever we were fixing up your camper. But have you listened to it? Did you listen to it when it came out?
I think so. Although when I was listening to it relatively recently, I was like, I have no recollection of most of this album. Which I'll get more into that as we talk about the record. But I for sure I had to, because it was like one of those things, like it kept showing up in my Spotify like all the time, like just because that artwork is so iconic. I think there was some glitch with my Spotify, like it would always show up in my like most listened to, although I don't listen to it. But like all of
Okay.
our, or like all of my like they do like the custom daily playlists or whatever. It was always this artwork, and I'm like, I don't understand why, but
I love when the algorithms just like really way
this
off.
album has been a ghost in the machine of my
Yeah.
Spotify account for 10 years.
Uh-huh. That's great.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I
But
really
mostly a
didn't.
fresh listen for you.
Mostly, yeah. I'd say.
Good to know.
Yeah. What about you? I want.
Me?
Go ahead. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously I was very much excited for this and basically fell head over heels for it whenever it came out. And it was basically all I listened to for weeks. I did go, it's funny story. I went to Minnesota with my sisters like pretty soon after it came out, and I was like just having it, playing it all the time. And then later my littlest sister told me that she was not crazy about the record, and she's like, you listen to that record a lot. I was pretty stoked on it. But I think I also kind of overplayed it because I listened to it so much and I loved it. And then there was a time where I kind of felt like I had overexposure to it. So then there was like a while where I hadn't listened to it for a while because I was kind of like, I think I did it too much on this one. And I revisited it within the last year or so, and I had some mixed feelings on it. And yeah, so
I'm excited to get into
we'll
that.
see about that. Oh, I'm looking at my notes, and I have two things. I did write the review for this on Indie Vision Music. Did I
That's
send that to y'all?
right. You
I
did
sent that
send it
y'all.
to us, but
I did
remember,
send
I
that to
don't
y'all.
engage with extracurricular
course not.
activity.
Of
I
course not.
I genuinely forgot. It got lost in the shuffle. I do actually. I'm
I
going to
didn't
pull it up
expect
now.
you to read it, but
No, I did.
it was just funny. And then I found out, apparently from that review, I'm on the Wikipedia page for this record with a quote. So
Are you really?
No
I
way.
am. No, I was looking at the Wikipedia. and
That's
it
honestly
cites
kinda cool.
A line from me, and I was
Gosh.
like, "Hey,
You
That's-
arrived, man.
That's
I
honestly
don't know when
kinda
that
cool.
happened. Whenever that happened, you
I'm
arrived.
a professional."
I can't believe nobody told you. Like I always thought there was like a moment in a person's life when they get cited on Wikipedia where like somebody reaches out and is like, "Hey, by the way, you've
That
made
is
it."
great. Okay, Jammers.
But what is it?
Jammers.
Give us the full quote.
Before we do that, can I read just the first sentence of this review?
Oh, the opening! I'm very proud of the opening line.
You
And
should
I think
be.
you would like it.
You should
Let's
be.
hear it.
And we're actually going to link to this in the show notes. I think everyone should read this.
Yeah.
If you liked The Force Awakens, you should thoroughly enjoy Relient K's latest record, Air for Free.
Okay.
Both have a hearty dose of nostalgia to welcome you back to the artistic world you originally fell in love with whether that's a galaxy far, far away or a playful punk band from Ohio.
I love that.
I'm hooked. I'm hooked, man.
That's excellent. Tell me more, Josh.
2016, Josh had some writing chops.
Yeah, dude.
So what's the quote from Wikipedia?
Wikipedia says Joshua Olson of Indie Vision Music remarked, "If you put Relient K's music from 2000 to 2009 in a time capsule, let it age, and opened it up in 2016, the result would be air for free. Despite the very nature of the songs, they all seem to fit into one cohesive unit." End quote.
I love this. Josh, you should write more music reviews.
Me too.
Or
too,
start a
but
podcast
Or yeah, I'm about to say.
where you
should-
review.
I should mention that even though I like Josh's writing chops, I kind of think I might disagree with that last take.
Disagree
But-
with the sentiment.
Yeah, but we'll see.
But also
Okay,
think
all right.
think of where we were in 2016
That
with
was
the Force
2016,
Awakens.
Josh. Yeah, that was 2016,
no.
Josh. Yeah.
And that's why
I think I'm right
I
there
wanted
with
to go
you,
ahead
TJ.
and clear the air
Yeah.
and say that
For free.
because it's
Well,
for
the air's for free.
It's
Yeah.
for free, yeah. So why wouldn't I? You know,
Yeah.
we got plenty of airtime here. Nobody's charging us.
Oh yeah.
I might as well get it all out on the table.
It is funny revisiting Force Awakens now, 10 years on.
Mhm.
Oof, let's not get into that whole Disney trilogy rabbit hole.
All right.
DJ,
Yeah, TJ,
Yeah,
what's your
what's
history
your
with this record?
what's your history?
So basically none history. I think I've mentioned how like I just listened less and less progressively after 5 score to Relient K just across the board.
Yeah.
And by the time this album came out, I don't even know if I listened to any of it when it came out, to be totally honest. I think I dipped my toes into it once at some point out of curiosity. I couldn't even tell you when. And then again, at some point after we started this podcast, for a little bit of context
Yeah.
for, you know, the others that we've covered, I kind of wanted to take like a retrospective.
Holistic view of
Yeah.
the band.
Yeah, exactly. But it was kind of just dipping in here and there. So I don't even think I ever gave the album a full listen at any point other than now, which is pretty
All right.
wild.
That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Right.
Appropriate.
Perfect timing. Yeah.
hmm
And then for our Patreon, we're gonna cover the Force Awakens.
Perfect.
And see how well Josh's review holds up.
hmm
Okay, let's do our flopper bop predictions, and then we'll take a quick break before we dive in back into Air for Free. I would have predicted a bop, just because is this the one? Is this directly after Collapsible Lung?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's still like 3 years, right? It's still like it's a while. Even not being super familiar with it, I would have predicted a bop, because I'm like, all right, they're getting their pop writing chops up, like
mm
okay, like it's a return to form. I feel like a Skywalker entering an X-wing for the first time. Yeah, I totally would have predicted a bop.
Nice.
I also would have predicted a bop. Like I said, even with some of the possible overexposure, I still remember how much I loved this record, and still hold it in high regard. So definitely would have predicted a bop going into this.
Okay. DJ, what about you?
I think based on kind of the rough vibe that I got from folks who were that I knew that were longtime Relient K fans when this album did come out, there was a lot of panning of this album in the circles that
Really?
that I
Interesting.
traveled in, and I didn't have much context to go on other than that, and so surely based on that and my progressive disinterest in this band, and I'll be honest, I didn't know that Dave was on this until just now. I did not. I did some research. I did not find that in my research, and so this was like a revelation, Josh. And so I definitely didn't know that going into this listen, which was, again, my first full listen of this album. And so if I am speaking about before I did that, based on the little context I had that was negative, I'd have to predict a flop for myself for this album.
That.
I know.
Okay.
That's so funny because what you're saying about it being panned in your circles, I remember in my circles personally, and then online, everyone was just like, Relient K's back. It's so funny that
Nice.
it was not that.
Completely
It's so
different.
what's very funny to me is in my circles, this album was not. My circle was beautiful emo lord Josh Olson.
Right. Yeah,
that was
time is a flat circle, and it's emo lord.
the
It's
only person in my life at that time that I knew was even like considering this record a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And writing. I was just doing it for the journalism. I had to write about it.
You were working.
Yeah.
I get it.
sweet. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get the party started with 2016's Air for Free by American rock band Relient K.
Did you know Switchfoot has a new record out?
No.
Yeah?
It's called Forever Now. And let me tell you a great place where you can buy this record. It's at colliderecords.com.
What? Our favorite sponsor ever?
Our favorite sponsor ever. They've got the trusty Never Fails CD edition, which I got to plug. But they also have a beautiful sea blue variant on vinyl.
That sounds dreamy.
It's a gorgeous color. I love the color of it. And I found out about this because they have a pre-order section. And so you don't have to wait just till the record comes out. You can go in and be like,
pre-order it now?
I want that sea blue vinyl, and I got to make sure I get it before it sells out. And you can pre-order it at colliderecords.com. And they've got a lot of other Switchfoot stuff too. But I know this is going to be a big thing. It's going to be making some waves like Switchfoot is known to do when they're surfing.
Some sea blue waves.
Playing music. Some sea blue waves. Yes, TJ. So be sure to get it from colliderecords.com because I'm sure it's going to be a summer staple within the CCM community.
And you can buy it at full price, right?
You could.
You can, yeah.
Or
Oh, there's more?
yeah. Yeah, there's more, Josh. There's promo codes, man.
Oh, tell me about this, TJ.
It's Church Jams now, and you just got to enter it at checkout, and it's 20% off your whole purchase.
That is going to make the appeal of this sea blue vinyl with a gatefold jacket and collectible fold-out poster with all 13 tracks of this new record even more appealing to me, TJ, using that promo code.
Yeah, use those fingers. Church Jams now at checkout.
All right, I hope you enjoyed those ads as much as we enjoyed making them. Before we go into our track by track, do we have any general thoughts about the album? I have one. Josh, go ahead.
I have 3.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. All right.
I'm just going to read my article. No, I'm just kidding.
You're just going to read your whole review, yeah.
I'll just do it quickly. There is a Chorus FM interview that Thiessen and Hoops did that I'll be referring throughout as we go through some of the songs. There's a quote from Hoops in that interview where he's talking about, he said, I feel like the album should be released now. It does feel like the summertime. It does feel like this is the right time. And I completely agree. This is a summer record, and I'm glad that Hoops agrees with me as well. And speaking of Hoops, I just want to say this is a Hoops record. I remember just when this album came out, and I had grown a lot as a guitarist, and obviously I think Hoops had grown a lot as well, but just being so impressed with how musically he approached this record and just the parts that he came up with. And he talks about it a little bit of like he wanted to keep the piano and still focus on that, but approach guitars not from we need a wall of 17 guitar tracks as much as how can we make this song better. And so I, at the time and then still am like, Hoops takes this record to another level because of the creative parts that he comes up with on.
Could you say, Hoops, he did it again?
Hoops, he did do it again.
Oopsie. He did it again.
Sweet. Okay, and what's your third?
That was it.
Oh, okay. What was your second then?
Interview, Summertime, Hoops record.
Okay, yeah, right. My general thought is it's too long. Why this? It's stupid. It's
It's
stupid.
been 3 years, Kylan.
Who cares? I don't
They gotta
care.
get a bunch of songs out there.
Why? Why don't they do a bunch of songs on a bunch of different records? 16 songs is too long for an album.
I think, yeah. I did want to talk about this if we can do it briefly, but I've heard people say that there, other than maybe like a few rare exceptions, there's no reason to ever make a double album. Is that you could always take a double album, trim out a bunch of songs, and then pare it down to one great album.
For sure.
And I'm curious what y'all, like, if y'all agree with that sentiment.
I 100% agree with that. Well, we even talked about this in 2023 when the National, they didn't release a double album, but they released 2 separate albums.
That's how you do it, yeah.
But even then, you know, you and I both came up with, we're like,
That's true.
I think there's like one
great
single
album.
solid, like one of the best National albums mixed in with all of this.
Yeah.
So I have a whole sort of structure for how I view this. I've got a little concept. I can introduce it now. I can introduce it later.
Do it now.
Whatever we want to do.
Why you gotta wait? What are you waiting on?
Well, because I mean, are we ready to get into it? Like, it's.
I don't know. I don't
It's a little
know. I
involved.
don't know what you're
Well,
referring to.
So, okay. My sort of feeling on Relient K as a band, my and this is like historical. This is like past Tej. My take on Relient K as a band, and I think I kind of brought this up on our episode, but basically, like, they were just becoming more and more pop as they, like, as they continue to release albums. And so Five Score came out and I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this. And then basically they came out with the Bird and the Bee sides and I saw the art and I was like, oh, okay. They're like trying to go kind of like folk pop sort of thing. And I heard it and like that further confirmed it. And Forget Not Slow Down came out and I heard some of that and I was like, okay. And again, this is all like, just like, past Josh wrote about this and we'll see how present Josh feels about that take, if that still is consistent or not. I'll ask you guys and the Jammers to like allow me to be a changeable, diverse cinnamon roll of a man.
We're not allowing it.
I don't get to
simply
do
because today, the day we're recording this, the Project 86 episode dropped, and you did not allow me this ability to change.
Okay.
In fact, you specifically tried to call me out with, I will quote from myself, some Bill O'Reilly bullshit.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
So, yeah, no, I'm not allowing it.
Okay, well, allowed or not, I'm going to say there was a past Tej take, and we'll see if I align with that or not. But at that time, it was like, oh, Relient K is just going pop. And so Collapsible Lung came out, Air for Free came out, and I was just kind of like convinced that they were like a shadow of their former self as far as like high energy, really clever, really layered rock, like pop rock band. So that being said, and we talked about this in previous episodes as well, like Matt Thiessen's sort of evolution into like pop songwriter, right? And how like some songs are on some other records have felt like sort of like a resume, or he's like building up like a pop song resume. So on this record, I have one category of song that is a resume song, and then I have one category of song that is late stage Relient K-ism song. So like it's Relient K, but it's late stage.
Yeah. It's terminal.
And yeah, maybe, but it
No
still
terminals.
feels right. But it still feels very connected to their origin, their whole
DNA.
Their DNA, exactly. So I have those two categories, and for each song, I can mention each.
Okay,
I love that.
As we go through, if I feel it's a resume song, and why, and if it's a Relient K song.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, without further ado, let's stop bumming in this section and move on to our track by track. Are we ready? Let's do it. Here we go. Track number 1, Bummin.
Opening track guy?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think it's a great intro. I think we got the first of a lot of sweet, sweet bass. And the bass is really simple. The bass gets really complicated on some further songs. But I like the vibe of this song, but something about it really bugs me. And I can't figure it out specifically, except for one part. I think it's in the pre-chorus that he just repeats the "you can have my life, I'm sad."
When he comes back around,
When he comes back around to it,
it's like at the end of a verse later.
right. I think going right into, because the chorus is great, like all the parts are great. I don't necessarily love that, like, "you can have my life, I'm sad." That feels a little like,
What does it feel, Kylan? Does it feel maybe like
Where you
pop
lead me
radio in the mid like 2010s? Because that's what it feels like to me.
yeah,
The
but it
talk
also
singing
feels,
thing
but it also feels a
became-
little like 70s Broadway, like alternative musical theater.
I see.
You can have, like, I feel like I just imagine people on stage doing like, "You can have my life, I'm
Yeah.
sad."
Wearing like
like,
threadbare
doing-
clothes and
yeah.
like clogs for
Yeah,
some
and
reason,
I'm
or
just
tap
like,
shoes or something.
I don't know, man. That's not my favorite
Kylan
era
did,
of.
for listeners out there, Kylan did actually act that out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was pretty great, you know?
Yeah, it was. I liked
That's
it.
They may be
TikTok
sad
clip,
during the play,
Josh.
but I am not sad by having watched it.
We'll see if that clip does better than the Under Oath reels.
They're neck and neck.
Yeah, I don't know. And then he like doubles down on it right before the chorus. I'm just
Yes.
like, I don't know, man.
So here's my theory, Kylan. Like maybe not like fully explaining what you're bumping on, but like maybe pointing
Bumming
to
on
it or
bumping
bumming on.
What I'm bumming on.
Nice, Josh. But I really did want to introduce my system before this track. So thank you for letting me do that. I know it was a tangent. I appreciate it. This song is the one I think on this record that is somehow both fully a Relient K song and also
And a
Matt
resume.
trying to build his resume. And I think that's the issue, is like it's sort of straddling the line between those things. At least for me, it is too jam-packed with ideas for any of them, for me, to really land. Because we have, like, in a new way, for me at least, I don't know what y'all would say about this. I'd be curious to hear. But like, we have Matt doing the whole like personal and universal thing.
Right,
Like he
right.
is doing the Wedgwood and eighth, like 14 karat gold. Like he's mentioning a lot of like places and specific things, and it's feeling almost like a country song, like lyrically, like broken down downtown. I don't know. That feels like it could almost be a country song.
But musically, like it could be a Carly Rae Jepsen song.
Yes, and it's like really busy. Like it's every idea is great. Like for the record, I want to say like the ideas are excellent.
Okay.
But there's too many ideas. It's kind of like kitchen sink,
I think you're kind of
Syndrome.
articulating
right?
what I'm bumming up against
Yeah.
on the entire record.
You're bumming.
Like it does feel a little like shotgun blast of
Right.
like which ultimately
So
to
many
me
things.
makes it feel okay. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off a little bit, because that's how you're supposed to do it, right? Not all the way.
I think so. Just
just
rip
just
it,
a little bit,
but a little bit.
rip it,
Yeah.
but just a little bit.
Uh-huh. That's what the bums do.
To me, yeah. So I'm just trying to I'm piggybacking a little bit off of what you're saying, TJ, and I think that is because that is articulating what I couldn't necessarily articulate about my listening experience with this album. Is I do think because there are just so many ideas
Right.
that it does weirdly end up feeling almost like a B-side record to me.
Yeah.
I think there may be some reasons for that, and some of it may be me looking back now, kind of seeing it. But I'm like, on the one hand, it's been 3 years since Collapsible Lung, and
Right.
obviously there was a lot of backlash from that and stuff like that. So I think they have a lot that they want to prove and show people. And then maybe at the time they also thought this, but then since then we haven't got any other Relient K records. So maybe it was also the idea like this might be the last one, so just put everything on there as well. I don't know if that was the thought at the time, but it's what has happened. So
Right.
it
For
could
sure.
have
No, that makes sense.
somewhat played a part.
So I guess essentially what my thesis would then be is, I've said a lot on this show, like a successful opening track is like a thesis for an album. It kind of gives you a heads up of what you're getting into. And I think this is an incredibly successful opening track, ... unfortunately.
It tells you that you're getting into a lot of different ideas.
Right. A lot. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's ultimately, I feel like this song does sort of showcase the fact that he's trying to cram like Matt as a writer and the two of them as, founding band members and the larger team, Dave, if he played on this, our buddy, the incredible MLT, producing, like maybe playing some bass, like they're just throwing everything at the wall here. And what is so frustrating is like everything they're throwing out is amazing, but it's like, let's like sort of find where these things belong. And it feels like we're trying to fit all the playful and deeply insightful writing, all the maximalist melodic pop punk majesty, all the
Well, I
pop
think that's
sensibilities,
why-
all into like one little container. And it's
Yeah.
like, is this a radio pop record or is it a pop punk record from a scrappy,
Right.
playful
Well,
band
that's
that's
why,
also really
I
intelligent?
think so. Like the easiest comp for me with this record would probably be like Dog Problems by The Format.
Yeah, that's good.
Because
Because it's just jam
but
packed.
that is also like a maximalist record.
Yeah.
But what ultimately makes this feel lesser than to me is just it's just the length. It's like it's a little too much. Like 16 songs is great for a deluxe edition, right?
Right.
If you do like and I would prefer a deluxe edition with like 4 new songs that are fully produced than like I guess we'll just shit out, here's the demo of 3 of these songs and then a live radio performance. Like I still like those too, but I think it just makes it feel a little scattered to me. Like it is just like a little too all over the place.
Yeah. But to your point, as a thesis statement, that kind of lines up with what I'm saying about how, for me,
No,
with
exactly.
my sort of
That's what-
categories, it's
Hey,
So
both.
it does.
It's
There's a
somehow
lot of
both.
work being done by the ... unfortunately,
Right.
in that
Yeah.
statement. So
Yeah.
yeah. But that
Pretty
being
wild.
said,
Okay,
it's not a
alright.
bad song. It's a great song. That's
It is
the thing.
cool,
It's
yeah.
like all of the hooks, like they really
Super
have
catchy.
honed in. Like even if I don't love the I'm sad, like it is effective.
Yeah, and that moment passes and it moves on to like
Super. Yeah.
Yeah.
like really
And then
catchy hooks.
the way they build and then into that chorus is great. It's
Yeah.
it's so good. I do love the production on it. Like everything, like all the guitars sound great. Vocals sound amazing. Like it's a good song. I don't know. Well, we got a lot of other songs to talk about.
We got a lot of
so,
songs.
yeah.
I do want to say I like it. I think it's a great opening track, great energy. We get our first heartache mention, which is a theme on the record.
Yes.
Comes up a couple times. And then one other thing I said, I liked rhyming crisis with vices. Feels very like, oh, there's Mad T. Like, there's the
Yes.
Mad T that
Yeah.
I know and love.
Yes. And it's that kind of stuff that kept me from saying this was just like a resume song.
Okay.
Like it
Yeah,
feels, there's like a lot of
Yeah.
elements that feel like old school Relient K in the best way. And
Right.
like, yeah, Matt's sort of best writing chops kind of coming into play.
right.
So
All right, guys. Sorry if it's a little noisy in here. There's some local construction going on.
Yeah, all good.
Right outside.
Your mic's cutting it out.
Good. Okay, good. Thank you, Zoom.
Yeah.
Let's move on to track number 2, local construction.
Fix the car, fix the house, fix the flaws in myself. It's never done. No.
I could be wrong, but for some reason, this was the song that I was like, this might be Kylan's favorite song on the record.
Interesting. But did you consider the fact that it's in 6/8? And
Oh,
I
I
apparently
did
abhor
not
6/8.
think about 6/8.
Yeah, it has some carnival vibes.
Okay,
some circus vibes a little
I
bit.
wanted to get into this because Josh, you're very anti-circus music. There's a lot of circus music on this
Yeah.
album.
There's some carnival
I can think of definitely some other
energy.
examples as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Josh, why explain, show your work. Explain why you thought this might have potentially
Well, it made
been
me
my
think of you
favorite.
because I feel like you probably resonate with the lyrics of always having to fix stuff. That seems to be
True.
something
No, that is my entire
common
life.
denominator in your life. And then we get to go punk for the second chorus, which I know
Yes.
is probably always a plus in Kylan's mind. So I was
Yeah.
like, maybe if you're feeling, you're not always the most lyrical guy, but if you're feeling particularly lyrical, you might resonate with this song a lot. But
That's interesting. Okay.
it just made me think of you at least, be like, oh, this makes me think of Kylan.
I mean, it is
He's
very
always
close
fixing
to my
stuff.
life. I am. I'm always.
Is this the part where I surprise you guys and say it's my favorite song?
It's your
for
favorite
all
song?
of those reasons.
also thought it could be you because you're a lyrical guy.
Here's the
Okay.
thing. I think this is their Maxwell Silver Hammer, like from a production standpoint, which is fun.
Bang, Maxwell.
Yeah.
It's got all the wacky, clingy Foley sounds. I'm sure Mark
okay,
Lee
this
Townsend
is-
had a blast
Yeah.
on it.
I don't know if he knows much Beatles stuff, but
No, I don't think that
we
guy
should
knows
show
any
him the
Beatles.
Beatles.
Should we,
We should. Let's do an episode.
How have we
where
not
Mark Lee Townsend live reacts to
live
the
react to
Beatles?
Yes.
Listen,
gotta
that
do
might go
that.
viral.
Yeah, I think it could. Here's the thing: this was a grower for me. I like kind of despised it because I was like, oh, like Relient K is doing the kind of tropey like 6/8, like and it's like a construction song, blamp, blamp, blamp. But like,
Okay,
it
but
kinda
also,
grew-
also, there's something melodically too.
yeah,
Fuck what? Okay, there's a song that reminds me of that. Da 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 da. I will find you. What is that song? You guys know what I'm talking about? Da, na, na. It's another piano song.
yes.
Da, na, 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 na. I don't know if that's even the words, but
Oh,
it feels
is that
right.
Switchfoot? I'm the second one. Is that 24 or something like that?
No,
It's
no.
similar to that, at least.
I am the second man now. Yeah,
No, it's
I know
not
what you're
that. It's
talking
not
about.
that. But Jammers, if you
This
know
is
this
great
song,
radio.
please let me know. Da, na, na, na. It's like
Yeah.
a radio pop like piano song. I will find, or like a teen pop song maybe.
Sure.
Not like a Hillary Duff, but like a. Oh my God.
Dude, she is very much not a teen. Just for the record, Kyle.
Well, no, I know. Also, her new record is really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is true.
Sorry. I did not mean to derail us so much.
Listen, this is like an Abbey Road moment. It's weird. It feels very much. How do you say it? Oeuvre, Kylan?
Oeuvre.
You say that word in such an interesting way, and
Wait,
I always want to give you the
what does that
opportunity
mean?
to
What
say
does that mean?
it means I know.
Do I
French
say it
and-
wrong? I know. I
can't.
don't.
Are you supposed
I'm
to
from
pronounce it like the
Texas.
Louvre? The Oeuvre?
You're close, Josh. Yeah.
You
Anyway,
don't gotta be a
Oeuvre.
dick about it. I'm from Texas, man. I live in fucking Arkansas.
I know.
Just be glad I'm not calling it a weaver.
I like that better. That's fun. Can we just go with that?
Yeah, no.
that's
the
it
second
from now
the
on.
second it came out of my mouth, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna talk about this artist weaver.
Weavra. Yeah. No, it feels like it's sort of a spiritual successor to a lot of their sillier songs, like May the Horse Be With You, that kind of stuff. Like the sort of like sonics matching the lyrical content in a very like kind of winking way, and they're, but like the through line of the lyrical content actually being effective for me.
Yes.
Like the it's never done. The idea of local construction, like, the record store that I worked at for a long time when I was living in the Northwest, there was local construction. They finished, so we thought. They came back months later to do more work. They tore the whole street out. And like, as that was happening, I was becoming a dad, and then we were finding out like we're gonna move, and now I'm in this state of like, I'm like
New Mexico is what it's called.
It's called New Mexico.
State
That's
of
the
New
state
Mexico.
that I'm in. Thank you so much.
I can tell you're struggling to find
I was.
the name of the
Thank
state.
you.
It's been a whirlwind for you.
Yeah. But like, all these aspects of my life are changing and kind of like swirling around me and demanding time and energy. And none of it ever seems to be finished. So to your point, Josh, earlier about the kind of lyrical themes, all of that can be really overwhelming and honestly defeating. And there's like, then there's like the intrapersonal existential part of it, like the self work that Matt sort of uses as it to bridge the metaphor. And that just felt really real for me, because I haven't been in tune with my like inner self and like knowing what work I need to be doing on myself. And that used to be like something that was very intuitive for me and very second nature.
It's different when you're a dad, man.
And and when you're like,
you have to work at that more.
Moving across a state and like starting a new job and all this stuff. So it just ultimately like it brought me closer to Matt as a songwriter, and like both Matts really, like as obviously they're dealing with a lot of change on this record, and it shows. And so I connected a lot with that. And I was just wondering like, oh, what were y'all going through when you wrote this song? And it landed for me. So yeah,
I love that.
construction.
I love that too. I agree in all the same reasons that it does feel pretty classic Thiessen of bringing in and like having like this external thing that he's looking at and using, but then like introduces the personal thing as well.
Yes.
In a way that I think is one extremely like revealing, and like he's always done a good job of like dealing with his own shortcomings in songs, but then at the same time, it's like those are also your own shortcomings in songs. So it's like, it's one very effective songwriting wise, and also I think highly relatable, whatever stage of life that you're in as well. Totally. And so this is definitely one for me that I think is one of the stronger ones on the record for lyrics, and also feels very classic Thiessen. And then I just also love all of Hoops's guitar parts. He has like those parts after the choruses that are super catchy. There's some tremolo picking parts too. So lyrically, musically, I think I just think it's really good.
Okay. Classic Kylan Savage hot take. I agree with all of this. I think this fucking sucks as a track too. I don't love the different energy.
The sequencing is incorrect. I think
you could.
I think this is an amazing song. I think it, which is so funny because I often bring this up with like songs that are later on the record. I think this song would benefit so much more being later on the record. I think for track 2, I'm not there yet. And
that's fair.
That is kind of how I feel about a lot of this record. Is it does feel like it is, because we were just talking about like the sort of like scattershot.
We're
maximalist.
Serious, we're fun. We're serious.
Like we're just doing everything. And this song is a good representation of that, where like part of why I didn't fully connect with it is I felt like I was just sort of playing catch up a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like instead of being like taken on this journey, I'm just like, wait, he's feeling what now? Wait, hold on. What are we supposed to be feeling right now? It's like, it feels like it is just like, instead of just like leaning into it, sort of like ramping up to certain things, emotional highs and lows, it's just like, oh, okay, all right. We did like a fun 4/4 like pop rock kind of thing. Now we're gonna go right into like a 6/8
weird
piano.
jaunty 6/8 thing. Yeah. It's like the Runaway Mine Train in an album.
Right.
You're just like, kind of
Yeah,
jerked
exactly.
along. Like, whoa,
Exactly.
this twists and turns.
Well, especially because then getting into the next song, like that makes
Yep.
local construction even weirder.
Or it makes it seem like tame in comparison.
Right.
Still incorrect as a track too, but like, oh, that wasn't so bad.
Right. Well, okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. Track number 3, Mrs. Hippopotamuses.
Bless you.
I always, as soon as this record came out, I had to relearn sign language because I'm like, I feel like you have to do something along to the OHIO.
Oh, that's
if
really
you can't
cute, Josh.
like OH,
Yeah.
because I know
I like
Ohio is-
that.
I like OHIO. Yep.
Yeah.
So I always do that just for me.
for me.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
I don't. Well, okay. I'm
no.
trying to like. Okay.
Uh,
Because I often have talked about on this show about specificity. We talk about specificity
Yes.
a lot. And
Right.
how
This
the
is
more
pretty
specific you can be, the more universal it can become. This is a
Mm-hmm.
bad version of that. This is a song for like 15 people. It is.
There's
it
only
is-
15 people in Ohio.
No, for sure. 15.
That's fair.
There's only 15 Relient K fans in Ohio. I'm sure
only
if
15?
if
Only
I was
15 Browns fans.
if I was from Ohio, I'd be like, hell yeah, this is the best Relient K song. But like this is like a song that a local band does
right.
that everyone in the crowd is just like, yeah, we know all these references. But like 8 albums in, I get what he's going for. I think musically it's incredibly catchy. I am just so personally turned off by
Mm-hmm.
by the amount of specificity. I think you could even split the difference, right? Like I'm down with the OHIO being the sort of like sing along hook thing. That is fun. It's fun to do. It's fun to listen to. I think he gets too specific on this song, and it feels like it ends up being for not me. Like I feel
Yeah,
weird listening to it.
And there's an aspect of it that's like so campy that it almost feels like it should be like a Weird Al song or something. It's like it's really out there in like the way they do the chant and everything.
Right.
That again, I fully acknowledge like for the right audience, and it is out there. There are the people that like hear this song.
All
they're like,
15
this
of them.
rules.
All 15 people that live in Ohio.
Listen, I don't know how many there are, but I just know there are people
There's
out
at
there
least
that are like,
15.
that's probably
We
true.
do know that. We can definitively,
Sure.
from Church James Now headquarters, we can definitively say there are at least 15 Relient K fans
I
in
know
Ohio.
and work with at least 15 people in Ohio. So
Are they
I can
Relient K
confirm.
fans?
I don't know about that. So TBD.
Mm.
Yeah. But I guess like what like the soft spot I have for the song is that it feels like a full circle moment from Hoops I Did It Again.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and just like, you know, these little moments we see across their discography of like reckoning with, relating to, and wanting to leave, and then ultimately like being really proud of the place they come from. And so that I really like. There's like a
yeah.
cool narrative arc there. If you can set aside like kind of the silliness in the song that doesn't land because of the specificity, you can see it as this like love letter to Ohio that sort of redeems any of what they said previously in their quote youth when they were like,
right.
"Oh, Canton sucks. I hate it. There's nothing to do." And
Yeah.
even then, obviously, like I think there was that was also a love letter. It was like, okay, well, you know, it's a quiet, you know,
Right,
nothing
right.
town, but we love it. But there was like I feel like there's a little chip on their shoulder for a while. Here, there's no chip. There's no chips. Frito, you know,
Lay's,
Doritos.
right.
They're all gone. There's no chips.
Ruffles.
It's fully like
Okay, hold on. Do you guys
Earnest.
just want to name more chips before we move on from this?
I was trying to think of
y'all
anything that went
we're
to.
earnestly naming chips.
I was trying to think
Yeah.
of something that pertained to Relient K. They have Skittles
know.
and combos, but that's like
Skittles and
I don't think
combos.
that counts. So I was trying to find something that
Combos are
was
chip
Relient
adjacent.
K.
They are chip adjacent.
Yeah.
This has been an episode of CJN Chips Jams
chips
Now.
gems now.
Interesting. This is all very, I think, appropriate criticism. And it's funny. I think there's two ways to approach this record. I think you guys are coming at it from a very intellectual and like I don't know. I think you're coming at it from a right way too. I'm definitely in the camp that was just like we were just hoping for something great, like something that
totally.
wasn't collapsible long. And so
Yeah.
whenever this came along, we were just like, yeah,
I get
this
it.
is fun. This is great. It's not collapsible long. We're having a good time.
See,
Is
that's
there
not
really
right.
anything to offer to this song, like lyrically or
That's
like
the thing.
thematically?
Okay.
No,
I
but is
will
it fun?
say,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah. No, I
here's
get that,
the
Josh.
thing. I will admit. So, I've gone to bat for collapsible lung so much. And and what I think a certain subset of people are pushing back against is they feel like that entire album is what you were talking about, TJ, of like it's just resume songs.
Right. But there's a consistency there, right? There's a cohesion.
Yes.
It's all resume songs.
And where I think that works, I fully recognize, I get it. Like, if you look at the entire oeuvre of Relient K's music,
I love it.
I could see how, based on like Thiesen's songwriting, there was a little bit of that sort of personality missing.
Mm.
And I think people were, much like Force Awakens, without really analyzing it, I think people were just so excited
Just vibing.
to get back to that.
Right.
3PO's back. R2D2's back. Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. No, this is A New Hope again.
It's Han Solo.
It
Yeah.
awakened.
They're in the Millennium Falcon.
But at this point, like looking back at it now, it feels to me also as sort of not necessarily disingenuous, but it does feel a lot more surface level.
More in fan service.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But also, it feels like Matt being like, look at how much I can do.
Right.
Is this
Yeah.
a resume song, TJ?
It is a resume song. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's Matt being like, look, I can do Weird Al.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I really mean that as a compliment because I think of that guy as a
everyone
killer
loves Weird
songwriter.
Al.
Well, the
and-
thing
and
is, Matt's
performer.
always been able to do Weird Al.
Yes, 100%.
Think Pink Tux to the Prom. Like,
Totally.
he's always
Yeah.
been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But still grounded. This is just
Yeah,
him just
yeah,
going off
completely.
the rails in a
Yeah. And this
Ohio
one,
way.
in its earnestness, which I love and do respect ultimately because of kind of the history of like the band and their connection to Ohio and Canton, and like there feels like there's a real earned relationship there and like love there, but because it's so earnest, it also feels very like a little hokey. And
Well, it doesn't work
and that's
with
not
the
necessarily a
production.
bad thing.
Well, because
but-
here's another disparity of it. I think like this would work if you think like early Relient K,
Right.
Like
right.
kind of like MLT still figuring out what's going on. Everyone at like all like production wise, musicianship wise, everyone is on too high of a level. Like, so there's a
Right.
weird disparity of like musically this song's too good for like
Right.
the
For what
silliness
it
of
is.
it.
Yes, right.
And I
Yeah.
think that's sort of like what I'm bumming up against.
Yep.
Okay,
you're
I
bumming.
can get that. I will say a couple things. Let's see what I want to say. I really like the way that Matt finishes Ohio with OH. I owe it to
I owe.
you.
Yeah.
I think
Great
that's
moment.
clever.
That is
That's
really
some pretty
good.
clever Thiesenism right there. And then the line Mrs. Hippopotamus's Otter Water Park Admission is a contender for one of the most fun lines of a song to sing.
That is true.
I always look forward to it.
So, yeah. Another thing I do have to bring up. I recognize I feel like I'm being incredibly critical.
Mm-hmm.
But this
You guys
is
are
also,
supposed to put on your fun hats for half of this record.
It's the 6th album by this band that we're talking about. And I don't want it to go unsaid that musically, Josh, I'm right there with you. This is a summer record. This is just like a fun record.
Yep.
I think we also just hold this band to sort of like a different standard.
A high standard. Yep.
Well, I wouldn't even say necessarily like super high. It's just like it's a different standard for like what this band is.
Well, we know what they're capable of.
And so
Correct.
and so it just like this album just generally just like it doesn't feel like it necessarily fits. And I fully recognize the irony of me saying this after fully defending Collapsible Lung. But that's what makes this album even weirder for me.
Yes.
Is because it feels like a backtrack, but sort of like a half-ass backtrack in some ways. Like
It's
rather
an amble
than
for sure.
Like
They're
rather
they
than
are-
just like, no, we're fully being like we're just fucking pop songwriters.
right.
Or like, okay, everyone hated that. We're going to go back to our roots. We're going to do like just straight up pop punk. They like take this weird sort of like middle road, which is what this album is. Which is fascinating. By the way, guys, this conversation is a bop.
Already, Bob. That's great. Love to hear it.
Thanks, dog.
All right, let's move on to track number 4, Cat.
I have a fun Thiessen quote here on this one. He said, the idea of having a cat. He said, I didn't have a cat, and I wanted to write about the cat, so it was good. That made into referring to a cat in a couple other songs, and even having a song called Cat. So really the cat showed up in the ukulele song Sleeping, and then he got to be on the rest of the record because that song was early. So I think Thiessen just wanted to write about a cat, and so he did on this record.
Makes sense. This is a resume song to me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cool, but it feels a little too like sort of like radio ready. Like the
it's that
kind of
very, especially like
boom check.
early Bruno Mars kind of too.
Right. Right.
Like it's not stoner music, but it's like, but I might be a little stoned, but we're gonna
Right.
be like happy about it, and you can still play this over a Minions movie or whatever.
Right. he sort of that they skirt around and then they fully do Jason Mraz a lot on the resume side of this record, and this is a moment that's like Mraz adjacent. And I want to take a second just to from the point you made earlier, Kylan, about like acknowledging how critical you are at points as we're talking about this album. I think it's good to be self-aware, and I've had a lot of moments actually on recent episodes, and so this feels like an appropriate time to do this. It's a little more meta, it's less Relient K specific, but it does apply to this album. I kind of need the soapbox. It's more of a love letter than a rant.
Oh, okay.
It's a love letter from me to the jammers. So it'll be quick, but I do need the box.
All right, here you go.
Thank you. I invite Kylan and Josh to co-sign on this if they'd like, but no pressure. I want to take a second to acknowledge that for a lot of listeners, the albums that we cover on this podcast are very precious. And for whatever reason, this just felt like an especially appropriate time to name that. Maybe because this band is the cornerstone of the foundational rock that we built our podcast on. But I just want to name that and say, like, there's times where we're coming at it from a very critical lens, a very analytical lens, and in no way, for me personally, and again, Josh and Colin, you guys can say what you like, but I am sorry for any time that my analysis or my struggle to engage with the material unintentionally diminishes or discounts your feelings on an album. In no
I
way
love
do I
this.
intend to
Yeah,
yuck your yum, because
for
here's the
sure.
thing. If there's a little podcast called The House of R, it's a part of the Ringerverse. It's
Yeah,
like a movie and TV podcast. Joanna
yeah, yeah.
Robinson and Mallory Rubin, they're the hosts. I'm a big fan of that podcast. Occasionally, full respect to both show hosts. Occasionally, they get so analytical and so critical that it really like irks me. And I'm yelling at my phone, and I'm like, I love this thing, and you're destroying it. And so
Right.
I just wanted to kind of take a second as we're
Okay.
covering a
Oh,
band that
TJ.
we
Oh,
love, that
I
we
love this.
started this
Okay.
podcast
I'm here for
for,
this. Here we go.
while we're working through an album that's like a
Yes.
little, you know, circuitous and inconsistent maybe to some of us. But we still like love this band, and we're still like
Right.
so excited to talk about this music. And
Well,
even
okay.
if we're like coming from an analytical place, I just want to say to the jammers out there, like, we love that you're here. It means everything. And in no way does our analysis or our struggle to engage with the material, in no way should that yuck your yum or
Josh,
discount
he's
your
covering
feelings.
his ass for Project 86.
Listen, no, this is something I feel when I'm listening to a podcast. I'm just
I
like,
love this. Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm just like,
I
man,
do.
I need these hosts to like
I do
see
want
me
to
and be like,
yes.
our bad.
Yes.
And also, this is just our take. You know?
Okay, I love this. I
To
do
own it.
want to address this, and I do feel like this is very specifically something. Josh, feel free to jump in, but I weirdly think like you are a lot better than TJ and I about straddling this line.
Yeah.
I think this is maybe, I don't want to say problem, but I can't think of a better word. This is more of a TJ and Kylan challenge on the show. But I love this. This is something that, yeah, I would love to talk about for a second. Like, even when, so I feel like we've brought this up a couple times on the show. But we've never addressed it this specifically.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to
listening. Okay,
let's talk about it.
Listening to albums for this show is a very different listening experience than I've ever had in my entire life. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and even though a lot of it is, we've talked about too, like these are kind of conversations, like this all came about from conversations we just have naturally. But it is different, right? Like when you have a deadline,
You gotta
right?
have talking points. Yeah.
When
You
you're
gotta have
like,
something.
okay, I know at this time, on this day, in 7 days, I'm going to have to like bring about a certain amount of material about this album that maybe I've listened to 100 times in my life, or maybe I've never listened to, right?
Right.
And we're all people, right? Like we're all infallible, and I've attempted
Infallible.
to.
I'm not infallible.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe you are infallible.
We're all
I'm not
Speaking
infallible.
for
say-
himself here.
The beautiful emo lord is infallible. The rest of us are fallible.
I'll co-sign on that.
But sometimes you do kind of like struggle to have things to talk about.
Or like sometimes
But-
it's hard to bring like a really full heart to an album.
Right.
Like
yeah.
sometimes you're you know, like you're just feeling grinchy, your heart's like too small. And
This is me with every Christmas episode.
that's what you have to bring, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, TJ, I think that was a perfect way to communicate that. Like, I
good
will
reminder.
say, like, even though like the entire point of this show is to like get into like really, really, really analytical, nitty gritty
Totally.
opinions, I don't feel personally that like unless it's something just like fully out of left field, like a Larry Norman or something, like
Right.
that's a discovery. Like it's not even if I'm mean, I also just like we're all musicians and we all understand how fucking hard it is to make an album.
Yeah, the baseline assumption is that there's a lot of respect coming from us, I think, like anytime we're covering this stuff, because it's like we understand how difficult it is and how miraculous it is when any album gets made.
Yeah, yeah.
Full stop.
Well, and especially in this age where like AI music is like stealing stuff from artists.
And I think the point is art made by humans matters because it is an expression from a human connecting with other humans. And that is why we, even as we critique these albums, in no way mean to devalue or discount any listener's experience with those albums. And in fact, we're very grateful that you're here to bring your opinion, especially when it completely contradicts our own.
Right. No, I love the
because
discourse.
we're
and I
fans
love having and listen,
of art made by humans.
The whole thing, I think, like, especially coming from like a critical perspective, I think the best is, so I mean, yeah, we come at this with the understanding art is subjective. I fully, we mangle facts all the time. We've been saying this for years, right? Like we're fully aware we may be wrong. To you personally, that's fine. I love that. And if you come at that conversation to us in good faith, I'm here for it. Like I'll
what we're here
admit,
for.
like
Yeah.
I'll admit, like I just want to talk about it.
Yep.
Because ultimately we're all gonna die one day, and none of this really matters.
And but we might have 9 lives.
I know.
So-
Nihilism's not practical,
Wow.
but absurdism
Not
might
practical.
It might
No,
be.
sir.
Yeah. But we might get 9 lives, Kylan. And
Mine have 9 lives.
Oh man.
and I like that Thiessen found a way to work in the concept of having multiple lives as like a way to sort of, get back in the saddle, so to speak, and like believe in, like have some optimism.
But also
looking
it's
at
a
life.
little cheesy. It's a
It
little
is.
too cheesy for me.
It is a
is.
little
At the same
cheesy.
time, after this whole conversation we just had, this is like a little too hokey for me.
Yes, it is. And I fully get that. And it's mostly like, I don't know how much of it is supposed to be deeper than that but if like the chorus is so catchy, I don't mind. But I will say that the line when he says gonna live a long, long time, loving every minute of it, he could just be talking about cats. But also like for some reason, that's a line that like goes to me to just like, I don't know, one of those like joy of life reminders.
Appreciate
Like,
your life.
oh
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this
Totally.
is, especially on a record that does wrestle. Like we just came from local construction, so it's like he's not immune to the things in life that you have to wrestle with. But for some reason, that line comes through for me as like just a reminder to be like, yeah, like enjoy the ride. Like that's what this is for. So even in like a silly song like that, that one line has enough to like hit me personally.
Absolutely. Yeah, I do really like that line and that moment and that reminder. And that's why it's a great radio ready resume song.
Resume, okay,
It is great,
Right.
but it falls
sure.
in that category.
For sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd also believe Adam Levine singing it
Yes.
the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was another touch point for like the radio category
Yeah.
for me.
Oh man. All right. Sorry we got off on such a tangent, but TJ, thank you
That's
for
my bad.
bringing that up. I'm sorry, Josh. I know we had the text conversation before. We're trying to keep it on track, but that did feel important, and I genuinely
Yeah.
enjoyed that, and I could actually talk about that for a lot longer.
Oh, I'm sure that's
but,
gonna definitely be
But
something
so
we could all
Josh,
talk about.
pocket that for a Patreon.
There we go.
But man, oh man, let's move on to track number 5. Man.
Wake up, it's time to be a man. Wake up.
This is a Relient K song.
Yep.
Yeah, but it feels
Yeah.
a little like too little too late at this point for me. I'm already just like This
I'm
is
just
all
putting stuff in buckets. It's not about timing.
yeah.
It's
Because
just
at this point on the
this is
record, I'm
Relient K
like,
bucket.
I'm already like, I don't know. I'm a little checked out. It's a little too whimsical overall for me.
But don't you love the Hoffman line, floating in a pool?
I
That's
thought
great.
Kylan
No,
would.
that is great. That is really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and I believe Matt when he sings that. Like I
For
bet
sure.
you were. Like you had a little bit of like a beer belly and like you weren't doing so good.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and that does reference my favorite scene from Tootsie.
Right.
That's the Hoffman movie you were talking about. Yeah,
For sure. No, it was Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium.
Of course. Of
I mean,
course.
there kind of is a hook line and sinker,
And sinker?
a hook connection here, because he does. Thiessen in that interview did mention that this is kind of a continuation of the song "If You Want It" from "Forget Not Slow Down." He said there's some tie in there with pirate ships and Peter Pan and all that stuff, but this was one of the
Right.
first ones I wrote for the record. And it is interesting. Like, I definitely think you're right with it being a Relient K song, TJ, because it's a continuation of that song, and it's basically what should have happened next, except for like this is Matt dealing with all the problems that he didn't want to deal with in Collapsible Lung. So like it does like he ignored it for a whole
He was ignoring
album
it for, like, a whole album
exactly, and so
cycle.
this is him being
I
like,
love
okay,
that.
now I have to
Yeah.
like. I kind of like tried to avoid them and like deal with it in all these other ways, and now I kind of have to. It's time to be a man, like to deal with my problems and figure them out.
See, this is this is really cool because I'm still bumming on some stuff. I'm bumping on like the sort of like plain kind of meat and potatoes song titles and lyricism in this album that previously was couched in a little more like flowery marigold
Yep.
but effective language or puns or metaphor.
Yeah, Cat, Man, and God title wise don't give you much.
No, and I think going back to Kylan's point about like we know what to expect from this band, and it's a different standard, and there's like moments and ways in which they meet and surpass those expectations that we have for this band, and then there's moments where they don't quite, for me personally, and this track is one that really like is kind of again like both somehow. It still falls into the Relient K song for me, like categorically, but there's a lot in it that is like, oh, you're trying to like dumb it down for pop radio by calling it man. And like I'm probably wrong. Like I in no way am I saying that I think that's actually what was happening, but that's how it feels when I'm looking at the track list and I just see cat, man, God.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh,
Mhm.
couldn't this have been cleverer? You and the band is like even here, like knowing that Dave's back, it's like I feel so much talent and like raw skill and passion happening, like kind of musically, and so I both like love the concept in this song and I believe it. I'm feeling the kind of raw wrestling that he's doing with that kind of idea of like maturing and facing his demons and like trying to find that personal growth and really do the work there. But like there are moments lyrically that like it like wake up, it's time to be a man somehow is this is crazy. Like it's both really like a little too plain in language and like ideologically or like conceptually it's like so kind of like meat and potatoes. It's so straightforward. It's like, okay, wake up, it's time to be a man. Sure, well, what does that mean? It kind of loses all meaning because it's so generic, and at the same time, like I'm having this revelation in real time, it is profound because of its simplicity.
Yeah.
So I'm really conflicted because it's kind of both for me.
I mean, I definitely get like if a devoid of context from the Relient K story, you could definitely be like, oh yeah, that's pretty generic, whatever.
Right,
But
right.
obviously, like I'm like applying like, oh, this is the whole collapsible lung backstory to it.
Totally.
So I'm like, it makes sense in that regard because
Yeah.
I have that. What I'm assuming is applied context.
Sure, and knowing about like, you know, like a broken off marriage and there's a divorce in there, like for different band members. Like, it's like there's a lot of life lived
This should have
that is
gone
contextual
before Mrs.
content.
Hippopotamuses. I think it.
But I think I would like dislike Mrs. Hippopotamuses even more if it
I
came
think that
after
needs to
That's
be
fine.
earlier.
Maybe just cut Mrs. Hippopotamuses. Maybe put that on the deluxe edition.
That's a burden more B-sides.
Because
track.
this, because like you were saying, TJ, like I think there is a real dichotomy between the simplicity and the ideological depth of this song.
It's really wild.
But it does
really
feel
both.
it weirdly feels too little too late. Like we've already established kind of what this album is at this point.
Too little. Too late. We're still getting started, man. This is only track 5.
Okay, yeah.
Not even a third of the way through.
I have to say the tempo change also makes it a Relient K song because they do it and it works. That's not always the case on this album for me personally, but this is a moment where like it really lands. The transformation of the song is effective.
Yeah.
Clock is moving faster now. Tempo change.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep. Also, second heartache mention.
Yes. Good shot.
I wonder if he's preoccupied with heartache. It's not like he talked about
I wonder
that
if that's a
on the
prevailing
last
theme.
album.
No, mostly just air and how much it costs.
All right, guys. Track number 6, title track, Not Inferred, Air for Free.
Air for free. If I sink to the darkest depths, will you be there for me to hold my hand?
Fun fact, this is only Relient K's third record with the title track. 4 if you count Mm-hm's pre-gap track. But
Oh, interesting.
they're all late too. Forget Not So Down, Collapsible Lung. It's the last 3, Air for Free.
Wow. This is my favorite song on the record.
Oh, wow.
Is it because it's the same synth as the Jacques Lucan Thin White Duke remix of Mr. Brightside? I know it's not.
I hadn't even considered that.
I don't know,
love that
but I swear it is the same, like that synthesizer that we're hearing right now. It sounds exactly the same.
But here's what's interesting to me too, of this album. This song specifically brings up a lot of other issues I do have with the album. Like this feels like a Hello Goodbye song.
Yes.
Her Space Holiday. It's also fucking 10 years too late.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird that it's coming out in 2016. So
doesn't
like
that make it even more that just like they're just doing it for fun because they want to then because they're not trying?
No,
like, if
for
it's too late,
sure.
they're just like, yeah, let's have some fun.
But
For sure.
my
And that's my
take on it
whole-
is it's Matt really trying to like diversify his portfolio. He's like, Owl City, Hello Goodbye.
Right.
You guys, I can do this too.
I can do synth
So-
pop.
Yeah,
I did
this
tour
is
with
my
Hello
resume
Goodbye a
song.
couple years earlier.
That being said, I love Hello Goodbye and Her Space Holiday. And yeah, it's a weird title track though. This
is.
album is just okay.
it's a
We're just
weird
getting
song
it all
for
out. We're
Relient
gonna
K
rip the
too.
rest of the
Yes.
Band-Aid off. This album is just weird. It's weird
So weird.
contextually within like even coming after Collapsible Lung. Like Collapsible Lung was such a weird left turn that, like I said, like you would either expect them to continue going down that path or to go sort of back to basics.
Right, and my theory is they did both.
Exactly.
They've done
Like they
both.
took this weird middle
One
road
album.
that makes this album, to me, feel like even more of an outlier in their discography than Collapsible
So
Lung.
interesting. I
What do you
have
think,
I have
Josh?
different thoughts on it, but I
Okay.
will save them for later because it's part of
Oh
my
God.
wrap up.
Okay.
So
right,
yeah,
all right.
interesting. But yeah, this is just a weird song for Relient K. Like the closest thing sonically that I feel like they have ever done is like the very end of The Stenographer, which is a very short part where it's kind of like this. So it's just a weird song. But I also I kind of like it. I like the mishmash.
I mean, and
of
there's
it.
precedent for bands and artists making a statement with their title track, right? And like really being okay with the fact that it's quite outside their normal sonic identity. So it's not as if no band or artist has ever done that kind of thing.
Right. But I think
but it's like,
essentially
does
the
it
problem
work?
with this
I
album
don't
is
know.
that it doesn't really have a sonic identity.
Yes,
Like it's
right.
not that this is the title track. This is like, this is essentially like the anchor for the album. But then there's really not much else. Like, I mean, there's one other song that has some vocal processing effects that we'll get into, but there's not much else sonically like this on the album, which again goes back to my whole thing, which ends up making it feel kind of like a B-sides record. Like it just feels like we vomited out every idea that we could without considering whether we should. But life finds a way.
Finds a way.
Finds a way.
Josh, I am curious, do you know anything thematically about this song as a title track and as a way to like encapsulate, I'm thinking about, because it is interesting, like we've mentioned the ties in certain songs and lyrics to Forget Not Slow Down. We have Collapsible Lung, right? The lung is it's fallen apart, and now we have Air for Free. We have Heartache. There's a lot of like physiological imagery coming across, and in ways that connect to previous albums and ideas. I'm wondering what light you can shed on this, Josh, if any, as far as like title track and thematic statements.
No, I don't have very much. I mean, I know Teason's talked a little bit about kind of the backstory of how he came up with the phrase "air for free," but I don't know like why it's like, oh, that's what we should name the record kind of thing.
I mean, I get that it's like
it
very
does make sense. It's a
singular
response
sounding,
to Collapsible Lung, though.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll keep him with
Which
that.
I hadn't
What did
thought about, but-
Matt say about how he came up with the?
He said, I think he was singing along to like Slide by Goo Goo Dolls and like, so you want to get married? And he was like singing along, like he was adding some words and it said like marry me, and then it was rhyming that, and he said air for free to rhyme it, and then he's like, oh, I like that. And so then he kind of like, which I imagine it's probably very Nashville songwriter of like him to just be like, let me sing along to songs
Just
to
like
come up with
free
ideas.
associating.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I know that's how this song came to be, or like the idea for at least the title, but I don't know overall what it connects to, like the record and the theme.
Right.
Got it.
So, like, do we feel like this makes sense as a title track? Like, thematically?
This is probably a really unpopular take, but I kind of like it less hearing that story. It endears me. It's funny because it endears me to Matt more.
Like,
I like him
as a
more.
songwriter.
Yeah.
As a
I'm like,
songwriter,
oh, that's cool.
I do like hearing that. But also, it's a little bit of like, we don't really need to watch the How It's Made on hot dogs. Like, I
Right.
kind of like hot dogs less whenever I watch factory videos of them like squishing pink goo into casings.
And somehow,
Yeah.
like, even though I don't really fully understand Two Lefts Don't Make a Right, I feel connected to it as like an album, as a title. I don't know. There's like, it's interesting. Like, it's like, to your point, it's like the more you know about it, maybe the less connected to it you feel. Or the less mystery you can live inside.
I feel like they're kind of hit and miss. Like Anatomy, I feel like is a good, clever title.
Oh, yeah,
5
it's
Score
great.
and 7 years ago is just more
Also
of a silly, playful
physiological.
title.
Yeah, also physiological. That's true.
Also physiological.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a
Weird.
theme
I never
there.
thought about
Yeah.
how many body parts this band talks about.
Yeah, they're obsessed.
Weird. I literally had never thought about that till right now. Let's save that for a Patreon. Let's talk about body horror and
That's true.
And Relient K.
and
My last thing
Christian
is
music.
Hoops' trem part at the very end of the song, I think is a perfect example of a simple but super effective part.
Dude,
Just-
and I will
yes.
always love like a clean or like barely affected arpeggio guitar part on top of like
it's Chris
synth
Waller.
lines.
That's Chris Waller.
Yeah,
all day.
that's
Yeah.
just
Yes.
like, yeah, I'm always here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, we're not even halfway through. Let's move on to track number 7. God.
Let your kingdom come. I believe in God. I believe in God.
Matt saw Hillsong and he said, "Hold my beer."
Okay, Air for
That's
Free
this
was
song.
Resume, you're saying?
Yeah, and so is this.
And this is Resume.
But it's
okay.
his worship
It's different
song
Resume,
pivot. Yeah. So I mean, same resume. He's diversifying. He's trying to prove he has the same resume and he's taking it to a lot of publishing companies. And he's like, "Here's what I do. It's all these things."
I think this song is really
Look at me go.
dumb, guys.
Here's the thing. I
think it's
agree,
really
but it's
dumb.
almost good, and that's why I'm mad. Because Matt is better than that, and like he's so close on this. Like the whole
Yeah.
I believe in God enough. Like I
I
want to
know.
be with
and
him
musically, it is like but listen, I was turned off. Like I literally laughed out loud when. Okay, I get like on paper. I believe in night. I believe in day. I believe there's a light coming back round again.
on that. Yeah,
Like that's sort of like slant rhyme. But literally, when the first line of a song that I hear is "I believe in night," I believe in day. I'm like, yeah, I
believe in air
I also
It's for free.
for free.
believe in dirt because it just exists. Like it's
It's
not
there, yeah.
it's not as profound as you
Hey
as
man,
you, as you
the birds
think
and the
it is.
B sides, they're not real. Birds ain't real, man. B sides ain't either. That's why this album exists. Because
Like,
B sides are a conspiracy, brother. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know that, my brother in
Man,
Christ.
That's the next level of
B-sides are
conspiracy.
not real.
It starts with the birds, then it goes to the B sides.
but yeah, like as a songwriting exercise, I think that it works. But for some reason, it just really fucking bugged me that the first thing I heard is "I believe in night." I'm like,
Well,
okay,
and here
like
further to that point, like for the chorus to be or the refrain, whatever we want to call it, the "I believe in God, I believe in God." Oh, I believe that I believe enough. That snippet, I'm like, okay, it's enough to keep me listening, and I'm like, okay, where's this
yes,
going?
and I get
Right.
where he's coming from too. Like I
Yes.
understand it is a very clear point of view.
Totally, and I like "So Help Me God" even, but then when he says, "I believe in love, I believe in us," I'm like, who's us? Is it a couple? Is this
Right?
Is this a girlfriend or Jesus song?
A Jesus or
We're
girlfriend
back
song?
to the
I
whole
know.
thing. Like, I don't
What
know.
if it's neither? What if it's him in hoops?
Oh,
It's a bro song.
that's actually really cute. I like that. Maybe I like it again.
Well,
Maybe
no,
like it.
this,
But
no,
only
this
if
is
it's
just
that.
going back to the
Only
2004
if it's that.
Jesus is my homeboy t-shirts. Like it's just
Kind
that
of.
in song form.
And then okay, and then there's another like sort of twist and turn moment because then the very next line is, "Oh, I believe the sky was made for me to touch." So then it's like, that's what is it in the Bible about like Lucifer and how he fell because he thought he was too good. He thought he was like more than an angel.
Yeah.
I'm butchering this, but
No,
you know
that
what
famous
I mean.
Bible part.
Yeah.
Yeah, the famous Bible part about Lucifer. But basically, like it's like it's humility. I believe in God. Okay, like cool. So you're like acknowledging a higher power. I believe enough. You're saying like even if I'm not perfect, and so that's still kind of the acknowledging, even if when I'm not enough, it is enough, and that's great. I like that sentiment. And then I believe in love. I believe in us. Okay, it's a romance song. Got it. Oh no, it's like a narcissism song. I'm awesome. I can touch the sky. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I don't know what to believe. Matt believes a lot of things, and I'm left not
Well,
knowing what I
does.
believe.
You better believe in the night.
I guess I do.
That's when we're recording this podcast.
Nope.
Yeah.
I never have and I never will.
It's not real.
Josh doesn't believe in night, which is
Birds,
why
birds aren't real. B-sides aren't real.
Night's
Night's
not
not
real.
It doesn't exist.
I kind of get that too. My if I have to go a little bit of cynical, is that like I feel like this is a response to Collapsible Lung and Thiessen kind of just talking to the fans maybe more than himself.
Yeah.
It could be some of himself, but being like, hey, everyone like was like worried that like I fell off. Like,
I
don't
went
worry,
off the
guys.
deep
I
end.
still believe in God. Like
Yeah,
I was
right.
dealing with a lot of stuff then, which maybe it just feels like a little like he felt like maybe he had to cover his bases in that regard. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Which is
also
not a
just
good reason to write a song.
Not a
right?
good reason to write a song
For sure.
I
It
get
comes
it.
across real defensive.
Right.
I'm just like
And
Here,
again,
here's
like
all the
I
other
was
stuff I
singing to
believe in.
God.
Nice.
I was singing about
which
my girlfriend.
you know, to be fair, like like Thiessen on his back foot could still outright.
Oh yeah,
I would say 90% of songwriting, and okay,
easily.
this goes back to our point earlier. Like, I think part of the reason why we're being so critical is because, like, we know what he's capable of,
And the
we
band,
know,
like,
and we know
at
what
the
they're
height of their
capable of,
powers.
and them with MLT, like,
Oh yeah,
like the whole crew, what they're capable of. So
and
if they
on this
feel
album,
like
and even inside the same song, there are moments where it's like, oh, that's it right there. They're doing it, they're killing
yeah.
it. And then in the next verse or in the next song, then there's a moment of like, wait, what's happening now?
yeah,
And that's a weird
Wow.
experience to have inside
it
a
is.
song or an
It
album.
is.
So we're only at 2 Relient K songs and 5 Resume songs.
Yeah, well, if you
You count
include
Bummin twice.
it goes in
so we're
both
at kind of
buckets.
3. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
All right,
but
guys.
it's not looking good.
Let's keep this
Wow.
Elephant Parade going with track number 8, Elephant Parade.
Jackrabbit, snake been running, no. Mama been a long time coming home. Jackrabbit dying deep down in
MLT has brought up, I think on both episodes that he's been on, that he loves Thiessen rhyming Jackrabbit and Dagnabbit as one of his favorite rhymes.
That is a
Right,
good rhyme.
And
yeah,
that
it's good.
is one of the reasons, in addition to many others, that this is a Relient K song.
Oh,
It's weird.
okay.
It's wild. It's a little all over the place, but like in a way that feels true to them as a band, making music for themselves for the right
Yeah.
reasons.
It's too swingy for me. We talked about this on House of Heroes.
Oh, sure.
It's
Yeah,
too swingy.
I didn't expect
This
you to
is-
like this one, really. I was like prepared for
That's fair. That's fair.
some Kylan disinterest.
Yeah, no, it hits that like House of Heroes sort of like it's a little too circusy, swaggery
This one is
for me.
circus. Yeah, that reminds me. There actually is, I don't know which song it is, but additional background vocals credits. Mr. AJ Babcock is included as an additional vocal credit on this record.
Oh,
so,
excellent.
friend of the show.
What's up, AJ? That's cool. Also, is it true that sorry, I'm trying to find it. Defragmentation is a lyric in this song? That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
good for him. Good
the
for
lyrical
him.
prowess. I mean, this is like Thiessen, like top of his game.
Yeah, right. There's a lot to love about this tune. Maybe not the swing aspect for Kylan specifically. I like it.
Yeah.
But-
no, I like it too. It's not my favorite. It's maybe some other ones that go into like completely change up the songs. But
I mean,
that
I
is a
might
fun
have liked it
aspect of this
more
record.
like if they called it Cat Problems.
It's also, yeah, you can make that argument as
And the
well.
problem is they're not real.
That's right.
Not real. I don't believe in
Cats
those.
don't exist.
either.
The cats don't exist.
Um,
Nothing exists. Like if we're getting down to this point, we've
Yeah.
already gone off on so many things. This podcast doesn't exist. Like and like
probably.
Prove that it does.
Whoa. I can't. You can't.
You can't.
Josh, can
No,
we
I-
just not release this episode? And then
Our
we can
first
say
unreleased one.
we can just say that this podcast doesn't exist.
Yeah, we're the ultimate commit to the bit.
that might be going a little too far.
Yeah. And this one, TJ, I think to your point that it's a Relient K song, is that like a lot of the lyrics, sometimes I'm like, I don't really know how this connects or what this is about, but if he's not trying to make it like to dumb it down and to make it like super like obvious, which I like.
Yeah.
So that
It seems to share a lot of the same DNA of like I said, may the horse be with you. Crayons can melt on us for all I care. Like it's just kind of weird for weird's sake, for the sake of like having fun and creating some like interesting tone poem imagery that you don't necessarily need to like know what's behind it or unpack it. I mean, there is like obviously like the elephants on parade thing, like the idea of like an elephant in the room in a relationship, or a snake pit, like falling in a pit with a significant other, perhaps.
I got Dumbo vibes. Like I got the vibe he just watched
does have
Dumbo
that, like the
night
pink
before.
elephants
Yeah.
sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Does go along. If you
Yeah.
actually watch it at the same time, it syncs up.
It does sync up.
If you start Dumbo at the same time as this record, this hits as the Pink Elephant.
If you start
scream.
Dumbo the same time you start track 1, and then 15 minutes in, pause it for about 15 minutes, and then start it again whenever this track starts, it totally syncs up.
Totally
lines up.
syncs up, man.
Okay,
Have we made it to the top of the mountain yet?
I'm on the top.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're halfway through. Here's track number 9, Mountaintop.
Up on a mountaintop, down by the dark blue sea. I can't say how much you mean to me. Open my mouth.
This
You guys
feels
know
like
this is the most streamed song on the record?
No.
It is.
that's
cool.
Makes sense. This feels very like, what was that band? American Authors. Do you guys remember that band? They were like
No.
in that sort of like neon trees.
Oh,
This is the
okay.
best day
Okay.
of my life. Like that
Oh,
very
yeah.
like
Oh.
2010s. This song right here.
Every car commercial.
That's
like
what.
freelance whales.
Yeah, but like worse.
Yeah.
Worse.
See, my touch point.
yeah.
No, I totally hear that. My touch point was Passion Pit, but with jangly guitars.
Yeah, which
Because,
is
like
American
the
Authors.
slow disco of it is like very like Love Is Greed from Gossamer by Passion Pit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's almost that exact same tempo and like
But then again, if you're going for this style, this also feels a little too late.
oh yeah, right. Cold War Kids already did it.
I mean,
yes, exactly.
here's the thing.
Exactly.
I think that's going with the assumption of that they're trying to like be. I feel like for this record, they're just doing songs that they like. Like I don't feel like they're
Yeah.
trying to be like, oh, we got to get in on this sound. We got to do
For
like,
sure.
they're
Like,
hey,
yeah,
this is what we
I'm not
are
accusing
into.
them of being like late to being a trendy band. I do think they have enough artistic integrity that they are just doing
Yeah, they don't.
their own thing.
Right. I agree. This is a Relient K song for the record. Like I think
okay.
of it
Yeah.
as
All right.
fully, you know,
It has some good specificity in it that
yeah,
really places you and makes it feel very personal.
yeah, and sonically it just feels like they're just having fun and I don't know, kind of being a rock band in the 2010s. Regardless of like, yeah, what this sort of goal of the song is or whatever, it just feels like they're enjoying the process.
Yeah,
And that feels like Relient K at the height of their power is like just having fun.
on the top of
doing
the
what they
mountain
do.
with the height of their
Yeah.
power.
Right.
And
Looking
only
down.
halfway through the album. This album's too long, guys.
Yeah, you could probably give it that. My
Yeah.
favorite part of the song is the horn, the trumpet, and guitar call and response.
Yes.
And I love that Hoops plays it and kind of gets a little gnarly on
little
the
messy.
guitar.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I love.
I
And
love
there
that
are a couple
part.
more moments on the back half of this record too, where he's like, "Oh,
Playing
I'm a
it fast
guy
and
in my
loose.
garage playing Van Halen." Is kind of the vibe of the guitar
Yeah.
that I do
Couple
kind of
beers in.
love. I'm just like, why is this here?
Yeah.
It's
It's
kind of
great.
great.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
No, it's pretty shreddy. It's cool.
Cool. But sometimes I get a little sleepy, you know?
That's
Mhm.
true.
Jamming to Van
Well,
Halen.
Did you get to sleeping, Josh?
We be sleeping. We be
should.
sleeping. Track
But
number
too bad
10.
there's no night.
No.
Too bad we don't believe
It ain't
in
real.
night here. Track number 9, Sleeping.
I'm not sleeping tonight. Sit back and watch the sunset work its magic in its own true light. I'm not
This transition section is gorgeous.
It's cool.
Yes.
It is
Almost
cool.
feels like a Bon Iver thing. Like,
yeah.
I told you I listened to your guest spot
Oh, right. Yeah.
covering the self-titled album on the podcast that we won't mention here. We're not gonna
Don't
mention
listen
it.
to the album anniversary podcast. We had to get it in at some point. Don't listen to it.
But all that to say,
No, this is very Bon Iver.
this
I didn't
transition
think
track
about
is
that.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But then
But then it
after
goes into.
that- we're in Jason Mraz town again,
hmm
and it's another resume song.
Yeah. We're just razzing all
the
over.
resume.
Yep.
And-
It's another example of the personal universal thing happening. This is the Maine coon cat. This is the butter lettuce salad, cottage cheese. So for me, I see what he's going for and I get it. But also the weird choices that he made for the specifics are so strange. Like, I get that the details are supposed to be like arbitrary and that the point is that it's painting a picture of like a day in the life, like it's painting a real life picture. I understand that. The beauty in the mundane. But the details are so weird that they kind of distract me a little bit. Like, I can't lose myself in the vibe of the song or the picture he's painting on a macro level and see myself in the song because I'm like, a Maine coon cat, a butter lettuce salad, cottage cheese. What are we doing?
Yeah, no, it's almost like the whole thing
Like, it's
that
not
like
a pickup truck and a dog. Like, if it were that,
it's
I'd
the
be like,
whole
okay.
thing that like Pete Holmes talks about, that like Sinbad used to always, like, the big Sinbad quote is like, comedians are funnier when they have to ride the bus. Like, there's a
Yes.
little bit of disconnect at this point of like,
it's not relatable.
oh, this is your life. Like, yeah, no,
Maine coon cat?
I guess like
Butter
like,
lettuce.
like I guess
Okay,
it's
man.
like a little too specific, man.
Right. And then if you add the auto-tune voice doubling or whatever that's happening, it's subtle on this one. It's not on the next one. We'll get to that. But it's like, it's just enough to kind of take me out. Like, wait, Matt, what are you doing? Like, I've never heard you sing about butter lettuce, and I've never heard your voice sound like a pretty robot. What's happening?
Pretty robot.
To be fair, I think that's the cold open. That's got to be the cold open for the episode.
There's a really
Funny.
cool moment
That's
of 7
funny.
against 8 later on in the song.
Yes,
that I
when
really love.
when the ukulele part comes back at the end,
Yes.
they cut the beat.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good tag.
That's the thing. That's what's so hard about this.
That's gotta be
record.
Dave,
Like, I'm
right?
just like, no,
gotta be
I think
Dave.
so. I
Let's
think
assume
so.
Dave.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I will-
it's just
I-
like-
I will agree on the lyrical part of it. I think I am just a sucker for this chorus. I think it's so good. And
Oh, it's great.
yeah, so I like that. The chorus with the ukulele intro outro is enough for me to be like, it's
I get
a
that.
unique song. It's
It
very
is,
different
yeah.
from anything they've done. And I
If you like
it for that
this,
review.
may I introduce you to a band called Hello Goodbye?
well, kind of, I was like, lyrically, this felt like kind of a spiritual sequel to "Looking Out My Back Door" by CCR a little bit. So,
Oh yeah,
I was kind of
Oh.
liking those vibes, you know?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's an
Yeah.
interesting mashup. Hello, goodbye, and CCR.
and
Well,
CCR.
That's probably what came on the radio after Slide. And then maybe he just wrote all of this on one car ride listening to Nashville radio.
There you go. I think we just cracked it.
I think
Could've.
that's my TJ headcanon.
Yeah, that's great. Fully on board with that.
All right, guys. I don't want to live in an empty house, but it seems like I am, at least in the murder basement. Let's move on
No,
to-
there's still Reggie.
There's still Reggie, dude.
Oh, no.
He's always there.
No, don't you put that evil on me.
That we do believe in Reggie. There's a lot of
We
things
do
that aren't
believe in
real.
Reggie.
Oh, I
We don't
I've seen
believe in
Reggie.
Night.
I believe in him.
All right, guys, let's move on to track number 11, Empty House.
There was this time when I was thinking about the little sides, and you can think this thing that you want, and everything about you.
This was a very controversial song when it came out, and I'm curious. what
It's a
your
very
thoughts
controversial
are.
song now.
We've gone full T-Pain, brother.
No, we've gone
We're doing
full
it up.
Imogen Heap.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
It's Matt
fair.
Thiessen. He was like, he heard
Beyond
the
Bon
Imogen
Iver.
Heap song,
Yeah,
and he's like, oh, wait, you can do this? And I get it. It's a fun experiment.
yeah.
It maybe doesn't belong on the record.
Well, it belongs as a resume song.
Yeah, well-
okay.
Because I was thinking T-Pain, but then when the harmonies start, it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh no, he's doing Imogen Heap.
What you say? Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh, what you say?
You only meant
Yeah.
well. Well, of course you did, Matt.
Well, of
The
course you
problem
did,
is,
Matt.
the thing with this song, I get like this is I'm bumming against so many things where like it's half amazing. and it's half, like not quite there. This song has the potential to ebb and flow and grow and become like almost like War on Drugs or even like early Coldplay. The chord progression has this like massive catharsis potential. The problem is like, okay, and I'll say the progression is killer, the musicianship is excellent, MLT's production amazing.
It's all so good. That's the thing with this whole record. It's so good.
But it never quite gets to that place of like expansiveness. It never gets to the flow. It stays in the ebb. And lyrically, it's kind of about nothing. And I get that. I get that that's supposed to sort of mirror the empty house, the feeling of loneliness, isolation, whatever. He's kind of like mumbling and trailing off because he's lost his love and his sense of self and all that. I get it. But ultimately, the way it lands for me is like, I was just kind of like somebody in a studio goofing around. And it feels lazy. And Matt's better than that. And we keep talking about that. We know.
I think that's the thing. This, and then some of his delivery too is like, he's like, oh my God, Ryan Tedder from One Republic has made millions of dollars as a songwriter.
On this. Yeah,
I can do that thing.
And he's not wrong.
No, exactly.
He can.
It's good.
Amazing.
But within the context of the album, I'm just like, why the fuck is this here? It feels beautiful. It feels like a B-side record.
Oh,
because it feels like a One Republic song.
My heart literally, like, I feel what he's feeling. And like I'm like really there with him emotionally. And I want to say that. Like,
he does a really good job of expressing the emotion through the auto tune.
Yeah.
I think and that is a rare talent. Like,
he's a good performer.
It's amazing that he can do that.
Right.
But I have some quotes here that I
let's give
can
it to
share.
us.
Yeah. And this might help you with the song. Thiessen said, I didn't know what to sing over the song, so I hit record, and what I did is what the song is, what the one lead vocal is in the song. And then I was like, all right, I'm done. I threw an auto-tuner on it and some effects I have on my computer. I was like, great, it's done. He said, Matt actually did like it. I thought it was just one of those joke songs I would have around that I would play every once in a while for a friend or would go back and visit. But Hoops thought it was cool enough to go on the record. And then Hoops says, Empty House is a song to me that is one of my favorites, if not my favorite on the album. I actually pushed at one point to call the album Empty House. The reason for that is the first time I heard that demo Matt is talking about that he made, I remember just feeling it. I remember understanding the emotion he was trying to get across, even though all the lyrics weren't finished and there's an auto-tune on all the way.
See,
that makes a lot of sense.
That's the thing, though. If they had gone in this direction post Collapsible Lung,
right?
But they only tore the Band-Aid off halfway.
Dude, and that's the thing is like I can't even blame them because they have just like all the chops. And so I get how they wouldn't want to sacrifice that. They're like, no, we're like a killer full rock band, rock band. So why would we abandon that? And also they're like, oh, we can make like really catchy pop songs.
Yeah,
so I get it.
For sure. But if they had gone
like
full pop direction, but they did this weird like half-ass version of it.
I'm kind of liking, like the more we talk about it, the more I'm liking how like bananas and like punk rock that is to be like, we're just going to do all of it.
No, for sure. I mean,
on one album.
Same here. I mean, it's such a Kylan move. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm just going to put this song out.
There's 16 songs.
So I can't fault it.
I'm so flabbergasted. That is the word I think that I have to stick with for this album. I am just like confuzzled and flabbergasted completely. Yeah. But I'm engaging.
Your gassed is fully flabbergasted.
Material.
All right, guys, let's move on to track number 12, Flower. Also, it's crazy. All of these have over 1 million listens on Spotify.
Great job. Great job,
10
Relient
years,
K.
you know? This was
okay. This is an RK song, right? TJ? This goes
it
in that bucket?
absolutely is. 100%. And so to my point about the empty house thing, and Josh, thank you for the quote because that contextualizes my feeling on it. How it felt kind of like a little slapdash and like quote lazy. Knowing that it was just an off the cuff thing makes so much sense. My follow up like note about this song was that it proves that Matt can tackle the subject of like loneliness and loss and heartache in an artful and effective way. So I'm now able to see Empty House through a little bit of a softer lens. But this feels like such an effective, heartfelt RK song. Those Beach Boys vocals behind
the harmonies are
the
great.
I Will Never Kiss Your Wonderful Lips line that we're hearing right now. Chef's kiss, no notes, beautiful.
See, here's my thing with it is after Empty House, I'm like, this is my skip track because I'm like, we already did
That's
Empty House, we
wild.
did it.
Yeah, because
I might feel differently if Empty House was
Wasn't
later
on it.
or wasn't on the
No,
record.
because it's true, because
yeah.
it's two songs about the same thing
Yeah,
back to
it's
back.
too much
And
to
I
me.
think this is the stronger song lyrically.
Agreed. Yeah, I sit there.
I get why you feel that way, though,
with
Josh.
you, Josh.
Yeah.
I think this is the better song, and I think it does suffer from
The sequencing.
the track list. Yeah,
I really do like the tempo rhythm change at 240 into like a slow, like sukus compa clave kind of thing. It's like Vampire Weekend, but a little bit less fun.
right.
But it's cool.
More
Like,
like
I really
a-
do like it.
like
it's
a-
like slow.
It's more like a
Kinda like
vampire.
slow
Weekend.
Yeah,
clave.
and because it threw
Vampire
me off 'cause
Weekday. It's like a Vampire Tuesday. Yeah.
Also, hold on. That is a great idea. We should start a cover band, a Vampire Weekend, but do like slow, sad covers of all their songs and call
yeah.
it Vampire Weekday. That's, you know what? I'm giving that out to the universe. Anyone wants to take that idea?
But how slow would you have to
welcome
sing
to it.
horchata? Like, drinking horchata.
Tattoo,
It
tattoo.
have to be slow.
Tattoo. Yeah, but that could be really fun,
It could be very fun.
especially a couple rums in. Yeah, come on, man.
It has to be rum,
Yeah.
not horchata.
not horchata.
Not
Well, you put the rum in the horchata, the lime and the coconut,
okay.
Ooh.
rum
Mix
and
it
the
all up.
horchata.
Honestly, a rum
That's a
horchata
cocktail.
cocktail that'd be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not getting off track. This is a 16-track album, and I can tell Josh is getting pissed. We're going on too many tangents. TJ,
We're
I'm
getting
going to
close,
cut
guys.
you off.
We're
I'm
getting
going to
close.
cut you off. You have nothing more to say about this song, right?
That's fine. I mean,
right.
Flowers Greatest is a
Right?
great song.
No,
That's
I
it.
know.
It's a great Relient K song.
Yeah, it's a great Relient
It
K
is.
song.
Speaking of flowers, did you guys know that marigold is a name and a flower?
Nope.
Oh, well,
Those are both new pieces of information for me.
Hold on. I may have done my research wrong. This was the only research I did on the record. No. I'm right. Marigold is a flower. Weird. Okay, if you look on Wikipedia under marigold,
Okay.
it's
all right.
actually references Joshua Olsen from Indie Vision Music.
That's crazy. Oh man.
He's comparing flowers to The Force Awakens.
To the Force
Oh
Awakens.
man. No one's ever thought of it before.
Okay, I'm genuinely really proud of that joke. Okay, track number 13, Marigolds.
Oh, I'm a marigold. Oh, I'm a marigold.
I'm very curious if this is a Relient K or a Resume song.
We're on course. This is a Relient K song.
Okay. Can I say something?
Say
Of
everything.
course, please.
I think the second half of this song is one of the best things Relient K has ever done in their career.
Yes. And part of why it falls into the Relient K category is because it has that shift that,
Oh my
again,
Goodness.
works
Yeah.
so well. It's endorphin fueling. It's vocals. It's drum build. It's full punk beat. It's great rhythm guitars, which is not something you usually think about. But like really good, like guitar stacks that don't feel oppressive, but feel like inviting and interesting. It's dude, it's killer. Josh,
Yes.
go on, please.
Well, the funny thing was, whenever this came out, I talked to 3 other Relient K fans at the same time, and we all said the same thing. Like, I wasn't discussing, like, they all independently said that. And I was like,
that's cool.
No, Marigold.
Second half of
rips.
Marigold is so good. Yeah, it is
Killer.
really
Yeah.
good.
And I like the first half too, but it's one of those things like, I like the first half because I know what's coming in the second
half's
half
coming, yeah.
too. Yeah, exactly. Totally. So, no, I wore this song out whenever this album came out because I was like, I love this so much.
Hot take, this could have been like a track 2 or 3. Like, I wouldn't be mad about
100%.
this.
Yes.
I also love that it's like towards the end of the record, though. It gives you something to look forward. But, it could also be a very effective up in the album.
I think it's got to be like a track 2.
Because the thing is, it feels like it fits on.
It could fit on track 2. It could be
What if you
track 2.
just swap
I could see
this
that.
and Local Construction? Both of those songs might hit harder.
Yeah.
Like,
I can see that.
especially like Local Construction, like after
Following the Heartbreak song.
Empty House.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that'd be cool.
I think that could
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. It's just the best. It's just the best. And
Yeah,
this
those
is
gang vocals are killer.
the drawn out, like just the vocals part is what the pre-gap track is. It's just kind of
that's
like,
great.
It's pretty spacious and just a lot of the vocals kind of focusing on that. So it's only like a minute long. But
I bet Mark Lee Townsend cried a little bit working on this one.
oh man, putting everything together.
Yeah.
I would have shed a tear.
Josh, have we hit your favorite song?
No, I'm the only one holdout, right? I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ was local construction or air for free. Yep.
Yep.
This is close. Let me tell you, this is really close.
Mm. All right. You seem
Makes
to be
sense.
running away from the question.
No, I would never do that.
So let's move on to track number 14, Running.
Tired of tying myself down to the train track, gonna relax and try to explain that I rarely feel alive unless I'm running for my life. Cause I'm over monsters under the bed, but I've got suspicion.
I like we get the final of the mini trilogy of Bummin, Sleeping, and Running.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to talk about this because what I read was it was originally connected to Deathbed.
Yes.
There was
the middle section of the
a
song.
plan at one point for Deathbed on 5 Square 7 years ago to be a full concept album, and that got scrapped. And this was one of the pieces that part of this was one of the pieces that was going to be part of that concept record.
Yeah, it said
Which is
was
cool.
supposed to be the first track on it, actually.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't
the
know
middle
that.
section of this song, it said they called the Orphan song, was supposed to be the first track on it. Yeah.
Nice.
So I think you can hold 2 truths in your head that I think this song works great at this point in the album because we need the energy.
Yes.
It also just needs to be earlier in the record.
I can also say 2 truths of I can appreciate how they combine and move in and out of all the 3 different songs essentially within this song very expertly and make it really all work together. I could cut the middle song out of this and be fine. Like it's catchy.
It's like John
but
T.
It's the Orphan part of it. Yeah, the part it's so different lyrically from the beginning and end parts that I'm like, and if you know Deathbed, you go like, okay, this feels very Deathbed, and then you find out, oh, it's connected to that. So it's cool as a throwback in that regard, but it's too much for me. It just feels literally
Totally
thrown in
agree.
there.
Because it took me out when I was like I was like, okay, we're running, like we're like amped up. This is like pop punk, high energy track, cool, killer, love it. And then without having that context of knowing about the Deathbed connection, when I did my first and second listens of this, I was like, oh wait, no, it's a story song. It's a story song. What's happening now? There's an orphan, and the church is all he has. What's going on?
Yeah.
I was completely lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I could see it working in context really well. As it is now, I'm like, I don't know.
This is their most
Quite
Queen
plans.
song, right?
It's kind of Bohemian Rhapsody-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Hoop's
You
guitar
guys
is
both said
so
some
good.
truths. I'll say a lie. Cats
Oh,
are real.
please, yeah.
We can move on now.
2 truths
What?
don't make a lie, but 3 do.
But 3 do.
That's it. Yep. It's similar to like
Yeah,
the
there's
moment
too many
in-
changes. Like there's too many sort of musical movements, and this is an example for me where it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mentioned that earlier, so
going
I
into
wanted
the
to
Would this
Okay.
work though if it was
the
earlier?
third, the third section.
Like
the
if-
third
if they
section
were
is my
just like-
favorite.
Like
yeah,
if
I
they
like the
had-
first and the third.
like
Okay.
So
yeah,
I'm
I like
kind of
first and
with you.
third.
Like let's like take the second one out and then great song.
if they
Yes,
had the
I agree.
confidence
And maybe
of,
the sequencing
of
would
this being like their Bohemian Rhapsody, if they were just
Right.
like, oh yeah, no, this is track 3 or 4, like the boldness of that, do you think that would make it work more for you, as opposed to
think I
like,
would
oh, we're
still-
gonna kind of bury it in the album?
I think I would still not want the like half told story
I
of
agree
an
with that.
orphan.
Which I think
that,
a lot of people like this
the
song
church
a
is
lot,
all
and
he
maybe it's
has.
just the connection because people love Deathbed. If
People
you weren't
do
aware,
love Deathbed.
Well, and it's
so-
catchy. Like it has a
It's
lot of
catchy.
hooky moments.
Hey, save it for.
I'm gonna save
Five
it.
score, yeah.
I'm gonna save it.
We've
I'm
been
just
teasing our
I'm
Deathbed hot
teasing.
takes for
I'm
years,
teasing.
and we'll talk about that next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, similar to me on the what I was talking about in Cat of like the song or that one line that kind of like reminds me of like, oh yeah, like life is fun kind of thing. Like I do really love at the end of the song of the every day I'm running around the block, I got anything anyone could ever want. It's true. So I'm spending my time all on you.
Yeah.
Put my health to good use. I love the energy and just the sentiment that the end of the song has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, really good lines. Like strong, relatable, simple but profound writing. Like this is definitely Matt kind of at his best.
I know, but I'm
Corruption.
also a little
And this
bummed
is-
that it's coming at this point in the record. I'm already like, we're fucking 14 songs in, man. Like it just
Yeah.
feels like you've been warming up to this. Like
Right.
just
right.
give me this from the get go.
It's funny because Flower, Marigold, and Run In minus the middle section that Josh and I were saying maybe like take it out are kind of like a strong run for me. They're all Relient K songs. It's like, oh, this feels like the band
They
like
found their
know
groove, yeah.
and love. Yeah. Which is crazy. Yeah, to your point, Kylan, that it's like 12, 13, and 14 on the album.
Too late, man.
Like
We'll
what?
Put the
Okay,
pop
you're here.
songs
Shut up.
for the Nashville guys
Yeah.
at the beginning of the record and save the RK
Right.
songs for the real fans later in the record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that
'cause
feels
they're gonna keep listening.
like that feels disappointing to the real fans, like the people that want this.
Yeah, but you know, the prodigal son always comes back.
That's true. Let's move on to track number 15, Prodigal.
Sweet Jesus, I was coming to pray, but all the hip kids sent you running away. You got egg on your face, but the faithful keep washing your feet.
Cut this song, right?
I knew.
So just
Kylan.
me-
This
Just
is a
cut
pop
this
writer
song.
resume song.
Just cut this song. You don't need this song on this record. It adds nothing. Like it's a good song
I do think.
on its own.
I mean, in the current track list, I do think you need it to break up Runnin' and Heartache because it would be weird if you had two. Because Runnin' effectively could be the album closer. So
True.
I think having both of them back to back would not. So I think it works well as having a break between the two of them.
A little
yeah, but then
palate
like,
cleanser.
but if we're thinking of songwriting on like that granular a level, like does a song need to actually exist if it only exists as a transition between two better tracks? Maybe figure out a way
Depends.
to blend those tracks better.
Or just resequence the record.
Yeah.
Runnin' could close side
Yep.
A, Heartache could close side B.
Because that's the thing.
I do like the
It's a great
like the
song,
stuttery
but-
piano hammer sounds.
Yeah, no, it is
that come
really
in that
cool.
kinda like-
and
Yeah.
It
you haven't heard that, and that is something that MLT is like freaking great at. Is that
oh yeah.
that despite all of my criticisms throughout all of this, I am like musically at least, I'm drawn forward. Like there's always something new or interesting that I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah, we didn't
does
even
make
mention
me
on a
want to continue going.
totally. Is it on Sleepin' where he talks about wedding bells and there are like bells that come in? I don't know. It's
I
one of
think
those tracks in there
Flowers.
on the 16.
Flower.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably it.
MLT loves to put in some bells
He
too.
does.
Some bells, dude. Yeah,
The
we talked about it
trademark.
before. Here we are talking about it again. Is it his
Mark,
trademark
that's his
move?
trademark move.
It
Yep.
is.
Boom.
Yeah.
My trademark move on this record is to keep calling out one line that kind of brings me in. And that like you could toss out a lot of the rest of the song potentially, but I was like, the line in this song for me is you've got egg on your face, but the faith will keep washing your feet. And I think that's just like so wonderfully describes like how sometimes the perception of Jesus can be affected by what people say or do and stuff, but it doesn't change like the heart of it of what Jesus like taught and lived. So I'm like, I think that's a great line, especially within like the prodigal story that he's talking about on the record. But
It is much more effective than "I believe in night."
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
coming
I don't
around
know
to
if I
the night
believe in
idea.
night. I
I'm
don't
coming.
know.
I might believe.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I believe in night. All right, gentlemen. It comes down to this: the final track. Wait, Josh, you haven't given your favorite track.
Gotta be.
I haven't.
Is this your favorite track?
That's the way process of elimination works.
What song is it?
Track
Have you
number
gotten in- have you
16,
introduced it?
Heartache, which was almost my favorite track.
No, I will not let my heart ache. I won't be treading water, waiting on a wave. No, no, I will not let my
This is my favorite song.
Yeah.
I get it.
Man.
Wow. No, it is so good. I'm just so bummed that I was already burnt out by this point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, my first note was maybe further up in the track list or just a closer to a shorter
I think
album.
it needs to
would have
close.
helped.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it
the
needs to
but
close
not
the
the
record.
But I do
closer.
agree.
And it's
It
gotta
needs
be a
the
shorter
closer.
album.
Yeah.
Especially because heartache has been a theme on the record.
Yes, exactly.
We've had 3 mentions up
Yeah.
on the record, and then we have this song to close the record of like
close it
we're
out.
closing the loop
Yep.
on the heartache to get our closure.
For sure. Okay.
And with like a really cathartic, like purging, a reset, a release. So I'm fully
Yeah.
with it. But that
And
was my feeling too, Kylan.
this is a rare, like 6/8 track that I just love.
Well, and it goes back and
That's a
forth.
good
No,
some
it
of it's
does,
4/4, some of
yeah.
it's 3/4 or 6/8,
Yes.
whatever.
Okay.
So it's not all that.
Yeah. Let's get into it more.
Yep.
Josh, why is this your favorite track? It is rare that a closing track is Josh's favorite track. So I really want to dig into this.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's just a great song. I love just sonically and everything, all that it is. Kind of meant a lot to me personally. I remember like kind of going through some stuff whenever it came out and like became like a mantra of like, I will not let my heart ache. And I love that it taking on everything that we saw him kind of going through in Collapsible Lung of like,
Yes,
letting,
exactly. It does
situations
feel like
determine
catharsis for
yes. And it's
Collapsible
even,
Lung.
you even have like the country turn of it too, of like, it's
Yeah.
called Heartache, but I will not let my heart ache.
My
Yeah.
heartache. Yep.
Yeah. Instead of just being like, oh, it's about heartache. No, it's like, I will not let my heart ache. I love the line, I won't be treading water, waiting on a wave. Gotta love alliteration and water lyrics. And then
Well,
it
and
just
he
ends.
even, like-
oh, sorry.
he even melodically, like I feel like this verse specifically, like the second verse, it does the same thing that he's trying to do with the first track with Bummin, the sort of like fast staccato kind of thing, but it's way more effective in this song.
Yeah. And it's also
Yeah.
over like the dotted eighth delay guitar too, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yes.
And then it just ends so triumphantly of adding
Yes.
another refrain at the end of like saving an extra chorus essentially, and then layering the original chorus on top. Because I love when songs do that, when you just like throw in all the vocals. It's very brand new to be like, hey, how many vocal tracks can we have going at the end of this song at once? And
And
like more.
somehow, even though it's jam packed, it doesn't feel like too many ideas thrown at you in a way that takes you out of it.
Exactly.
Like,
It's still
if anything, I'm leaning in
cohesive.
further.
Yeah.
Yes. And
So it's
you're
kind of
getting
like-
the closure of the whole record as well on like, so it's a perfect culmination, I think.
Yeah. No, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. And there's that rad epic moment at 3:45 where it drops down to just the piano and then Hoops hits it with like this dirty guitar strum
Yeah.
like and that's more of that kind of like guy in the garage kind of
Yeah.
vibe of just like
You just
like, I don't
shotgun
care, and
a
that's
Miller
what-
Lite and then just do.
Yeah.
It's like, I know this one Van Halen lick, but I'm going to do it because it's
gonna
perfect
do
right
it.
now. Yeah.
and because he doesn't care, that's why it is perfect. There it is.
It
He windmilled
is
for sure.
it
That's
is
a
like-
windmill.
yes.
Yeah, he windmilled.
It's totally, it's straight up like dudes in a garage.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no. Okay. This song is so good. This was so close to my favorite song. In fact, you know what?
As it should be.
Am I allowed? No, I am. Everything's all made up. This is my favorite song.
I
on the
love that you
record.
asked.
Join me, Kylan.
great.
Yeah, no.
I love that.
This is my favorite song.
Heartache. Yes.
I wanted
so
more
good.
of this on the record. And
Yeah.
I feel like it
also-
almost
yes.
got here multiple points.
Yeah, totally.
But this
I do
is,
love
this
the
feels
idea
the
of like a
most
like a
focused.
millstone
Yeah.
not being around his neck. You know, like like flipping that. Like that's a metaphor or like imagery that's used a lot in music, but like he's kind of naming it here in a way that kind of flips it. He's like, no, I don't have this burden on
Yeah.
me anymore. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm not going to let this heartache like define me or weigh me down. Yeah, I think it's a cool, freeing, like, purging kind of sensibility to end the record on that was very fraught,
It does
both
like
lyrically and
like-
musically.
weirdly like on an almost like spiritual level. This communicates the idea of air for free better than the title track does. You know what I mean?
Completely.
Like it's got like when I hear this song, I get the sentiment. Oh yeah, air for free. Like we're
Of air
all
for free.
allowed to just
Yeah.
like live our lives. Like I
Yeah,
get that
freedom.
idea more than I do in the actual title track.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's why it's a good closer.
Yeah,
It's a
it
great
really
closing.
is. It really is. I wish more of the record was like this, but I understand why it's not, which is why I'm excited to get into our final flopper bop verdicts. I'm excited for me to, in the moment, figure out and articulate what I do and do not like about this album, and to hear what y'all have to say. So, beautiful emo Lord Josh, what order should we go in for our final verdicts?
That is a good question. Let's do TJ, Kylan, me. I feel
I
we
love
don't do
that.
order a lot.
I think that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I
Excellent.
think that's good because TJ's going to say a lot of things that then I'm just going to be able to like be like, yeah, I agree with
He
that.
said,
But I'll have enough incendiary things that then you can respond to, Josh. This is a good format, I think.
some host alchemy. Yeah. So, like I said, I would have predicted a flop for myself, and then going through this record, I changed. My feeling toward this record was just as mercurial as this record itself, and
Mercurial is a great word.
yeah, like I
good word.
thank you. And I was aided by my very surprisingly binary, reductive approach of having the buckets of like
Wow.
pop writer resume song.
It's almost like that can work
Yeah.
to help with the format of an audio entertainment
Yeah.
show.
Huh. Maybe
Yeah,
we should
who?
apply
I
that
mean,
for
somebody smart
rating
came up with the
records.
flopper bop premise, and like
And then immediately tried to break
thumbs
it for 6 years.
that were involved. At,
Oh
at some
yeah,
point.
there were
we
thumbs.
did have
Remember the
I forgot
thumbs?
about the thumbs. Wow,
gotta
that's
bring
a
that
big old
back.
callback. No, do you?
Yep. Nah, we'll see. But for now, we have pop writer resume song or like Relient K OG song. And if we were just to go by the math, there fortunately happens to be more Relient K songs than
Is there really?
Matt
Wow.
Matt Thiessen
It's gotta be
handing out his
close.
business card
Is it 9
to
to
all the
But it
7?
publishing
is
companies.
almost like it's
in
almost
Nashville.
split between side A and side B, right? Like
Yeah,
based on the way you were saying it, like
What's the
in
split,
terms
TJ?
of majority.
How many Relient
yeah.
K to resume songs?
Can you go through like genuinely? Can you go through track by track and
there's
tell us like
5 within
really
the first
quickly?
7
Yeah.
tracks, and then 3 in the back half. So
Okay.
8 total that are in the like resume bucket. So yeah, I guess there
so
are
it's
more of
evenly
them
split,
in the.
but more of them are in the back half.
Well, Bummin's 2. So does that mean that there's...
Yeah, it counts for both.
Yeah.
So, but
There's 10.
anyway, there is a better run that feels more true to the band that for me, like just personally, on the B side. That's for sure. But B sides aren't real, so we should just ignore
That's
everything
true.
I'm saying about that.
B-sides and nights.
B-sides and nights, also cats. But it beyond just the math of it, I did come to appreciate a lot of what happened on this album, and really like beyond that, like kind of empathize with where Hoops and Thiessen were both at. I think like as they were making this record, and maybe like where they were headed beyond this kind of moment in time that we see them in as they're working on this record. There's a lot to love here. It's a little disjointed. It's a little chaotic. It's there's some moments that are like, it's like Hoops, man. I think it's cool that you liked Empty House so much, and I get the sort of sentiment and the way it connected emotionally. I think this could have been 2 different records. I think Empty House could have been the name of the Pop Writer resume
Thiessen
album.
in the Earthquakes album,
Yeah.
potentially. Yeah.
Empty House. Yeah, call it Empty House. And then maybe make another called Heartache, or I don't know, something punny and catchy that I can't think of right now that has all of my Relient K songs on it. I'd probably even bought both of those as separate works.
products. Yeah, but it's weird that they're all together.
And I still have to bop it because I think I land on the like in the space of like knowing this band as this like plucky punk pop group from Canton that was way more talented than they had any right to be, and like goofy, but also had a lot of heart. And I still see enough of that on this album. And knowing that like Dave was back, like honestly, that kind of pushed it over the edge for me, Josh. Like when you shared that at the beginning of this episode, I was like, oh shoot. Because the drums are so good, and I was like, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. This feels, how did they sort of recreate like these kind of drum vibes that felt so, I don't know, I had so much nostalgia on songs that I like was like, why do I feel this way? So
it's almost like
there's a
watching
lot
The Force
happening here.
Awakens and remembering A New Hope.
And being like, Han, Chewie, they're back.
Exactly.
Yeah, Dave is both Han and Chewie together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That is often how I
At any rate,
in my mind.
it ends up being a bop, and
Okay, I love that.
maybe
So
cats are real after all. I don't know.
maybe. So my big question
Questioning everything.
is where does this album fit within the weavre of Relient K's discography for you? I love that you're getting such a kick out of that because I'm going to keep that going.
Oh,
I'm gonna...
it tickles me pink. I think it's at the bottom because of its unevenness. Because it's all over the place, it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
But it's still on there. I'm not gonna like, pretend it doesn't exist or anything.
Yeah.
Like another certain album has felt like we've just moved past it. I guess we'll circle back around.
Right. So, okay.
Anyway.
Genuine question. Was this album like after, like, so this essentially being like a relatively fresh listen for you, but
Yeah.
if we think chronologically, like potentially like the last two records that we've covered on this like on this show were self-titled and collapsible lung. Josh, I don't remember
Mm-hmm.
which order. I think we did collapsible lung and then
In that order.
self-titled.
Nope. Other way.
Oh, it was self-titled
Yeah.
then
You had it
collapsible
the
lung.
other way around. Yeah.
Okay. Um like where does this land post doing both of those albums for this show?
It's still, yeah, it's like number 3.
Okay.
I think those other
Okay.
two they still rank higher. Self-titled for nostalgic reasons, and
Right.
collapsible
Collapsible
lung
lung.
because of its cohesion, I think, ultimately.
Hmm.
And I think there's some strong songs on there. Even if they feel a little bit of a detour, they're good songs.
Yeah.
So,
Sweet.
Nice.
I love that.
but again,
Okay.
still on the
How?
list.
I
Yeah.
love that it came through with the Bob TJ. I was honestly a little
Mhm.
surprised, but I love to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have a full on TJ moment right now, guys.
Let's go.
I genuinely came into this episode with a flop prepared. I had it. I had my justification. The first half is too fucking Manic Pixie Dream Girl 2008 Zoe Deschanel like whimsical. It was
Mhm.
too. It was either too specific or too vague. Like it just a lot of the first half of this album, as a whole, doesn't work for me. But I'll say again, this conversation was a bop, and I have been convinced that, like, I think I needed this conversation, like I needed to work through this record, verbally to like figure out how I actually feel about it, which is, you know, the beauty of this podcast. I think, like TJ said, I think it's super uneven. And I do think the songs sort of fall into either a Resume song or a Relient K song. I'll still stand by the fact that it's, you know, it's 8 songs too long. It needs to
Yeah.
be 8 songs in 20 minutes,
2
and
separate
that's a perfect record.
Mm-hmm.
But I do love the openness of the Mats as artists. Sort of like picking themselves up and like after collapsible lung, like because I do feel a lot of earnestness in collapsible lung, and I do also understand the backlash. Like it did work for me. I understand why, you know, 7 albums into this band that did this specific thing, like why that was such a hard pivot and why people didn't like it. And I can see as an artist like reacting to that. And I do think they kind of, in a lot of ways, they kind of chickened out on this album. They kind of just like tried to pull back a little bit, but were also just sort of pulled in this very specific like pop direction. So I don't. I would definitely put this on the like very, very, very low end of my Relient K ranking. That being said, I don't think they've necessarily come out with a bad album. So even a lower ranking is still great.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I feel. Yep.
Yeah. So, I will give this a full-throated Maine coon bop from me.
Here we go, brownies.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Ooh. Here we go.
Ooh,
Wow. I will say I picked this order just in case I had to pick up some of the pieces from the flopper bop verdicts.
That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
sure.
That's a
Was
good
slightly
producer
strategic.
move. That's why
It
you're
was.
the beautiful emo lord.
Yeah, which is great. So now I can just flop it to pieces.
Yes. Please do.
No,
Please
that
do.
would be
I'm very,
so cool.
I'm very pleased with y'all's verdicts on it. My thoughts on this. I did kind of mention this before. I feel like maybe I'm not coming at this as objective as like you guys are because I was part of like the Relient K fans that was like this was the album that I needed as a Relient K fan. So I'm like looking back at my notes. I'm like maybe that's not the most like objective thing to say, but some of my thoughts. So yes, you could definitely say the track list is too long. It is in line with like some of the Anatomy 2 Lefts, like the earlier RK stuff where they were super long. But I mean, I think I could definitely cut this into 12 or even a 10 song record, and it would be solid and tight.
2 more, and then you're right there with me, man. Come on. You
Nah,
can
I think
cut
10's
8 songs.
good.
You can
10's
cut you can
good.
cut 8 songs from this record though.
I
Come
don't know.
on.
I'd have to look at it. I'd have to look.
All right.
That's a activity for another day. It's interesting what you guys were talking about with them picking the middle road between pop record and returning to their old sound because I don't see it that way at all. And I'm not saying either one's wrong. I see it as because I think they fully like the easy thing could have been let's go back to the forget not so down kind of sound that people know and that people love or whatever. And I think sonically I see this as something completely different for them going in a direction that I view as a positive because I think it's fresh and new, whereas y'all saw it as like a compromise between trying to marry two things and not picking a direction. So that's very interesting to hear.
I also see it
that
as
was-
like Matt Thiessen being like, oh, I got to figure out my next career move.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
so he's
kind of
like-
also like a new path in that regard.
Totally.
Some of it.
I don't fault
So-
him. I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was very interesting because I was like, oh, I think it's such a fresh new sound for them, which I view as a positive, and it wasn't viewed that way. So that was very funny for me. I think when you add the context of Collapsible Lung in really their whole career, it makes it a really special record. Like I said, it was a record that all the RK fans needed. And then especially since the further we get from it, it looks like it might be the final studio album we get from Relient K. So we kind of get the comeback from Collapsible Lung, and we get to cap off their discography in an interesting way that definitely has some faults, but also at the same time, I like that they kind of just like, if it is the last record, just throw everything, like put it all out there for everyone. And if you don't like it, you can skip it kind of thing.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
in that regard, I think it does kind of work. So this is, I would say, a top 3 or 4 RK album for me.
Wow.
Maybe,
Nice.
depending on how much recency bias I'm feeling, it could maybe go higher. So I'm prepared to give this a mountain bop or a Mrs. Hippoboppa
Mrs. Hippoboppa
Yeah.
Mrs.
in there somewhere.
Hippoboppa Mrs. Mountain Bop.
Mountain bop. Exactly.
There it
Okay.
is.
Interesting. I will say, we talked about it earlier on the show, and I want to address the thing that TJ brought up earlier, just very briefly. I do think there are a few bands on this show that we do, I think, sort of like, we never necessarily fully address it, but we do hold a few bands to a different standard. Relient K, I would say Switchfoot is probably in that as well. Specifically like John Foreman's lyrical content. That
Louisiana's finest jazz band, maybe.
yes,
Naturally.
exactly. That just to briefly talk touch on what TJ said earlier. If we feel incredibly critical, it is because like we think of these as like upper echelon bands, and it feels okay. It's like the same thing of like
situation.
Yeah, it's like, I could nitpick Goodfellas all day, but it's because we are all like we could talk about how like a certain shot, like everyone talks about the one shot in Jurassic Park where the T-Rex shows up to the Jeep, but if you actually look at the composition, it doesn't work.
Falls off the cliff.
That's
or whatever.
because you also you're coming from an understanding of like, also like we all just like kind of get that doesn't matter because Steven Spielberg is maybe the greatest American film director of all time, and it's fucking great. So we kind of have fun in these little like chasms of nitpicky
critique.
Analysis. Yeah.
Chasms of critique.
Chasms of critique. So like we all said, even if Josh, I love that this is in top 3 for you. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
But I love it.
But
also
to
the fact
point,
that
I think it's like it's all coming from a place of love, like actually.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
deep
it's
respect.
still like the worst Relient K album is still better than any Project 86 album I've had to cover on this show. Listen, I'm just going to double down on Project 86 for the rest of the year. If they just made better albums, we'd give them more bobs. Yeah. So, Jammers, I would love to hear what you think about this album. I think we've all kind of agreed. So we have a triple bop, which is awesome. I think the general consensus is that it's a little uneven, which is also bound to happen for an album where you decide these 16 tracks are the ones I want to put out into the world. It's not going to be as cohesive as, say, an 8-track album, which is what it should be. So let us know what you think of this. I'm already fighting with him anyway, so I know Josh Balog is going to fight with me about something I said on this album. So I'm getting ahead of that now. Josh, you have my number. Just text me. Call me. We can hash it out. We don't have to bring it to Twitter. Unless you want to. I'll also do that. I'll fight with you all day on Twitter. That being said, if you enjoyed this, we have more nonsense like it at our Patreon at patreon.com/ChurchJamesNow podcast. And of course, from all of us here at official Church James Now headquarters Midwest Division, may all your favorite bands stay together. And peace out, Monfreres.
Bops aren't real, you guys. Not real.
Oh, you're going to bring that up now?
My whole
Bops
life
are
is
real.
a lie.
Pops aren't
I
real.
swear. I read it on the internet. They're not real.
Okay, so
send you
what's
some really
wait,
interesting YouTube
B-sides,
videos.
bops.
what's the final tally then? Night, cats, bops,
Birds, B-sides,
birds, B-sides,
Battlestar,
Battlestar are not real. Wow.
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks.
That's our Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Birds,
B-sides, bops are not real. Okay, I got to make that shirt. That's got to be a shirt.
You can make that shirt.
Just birds, B-sides, bops.
Bops.
And then on the back of the shirt, it just says
Not real.
in really tiny font, are not real.
Not real.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Church Jams Now. Christian music from the 90s, 2000s, and today.
Thanks for listening to Church Jams Now. If you liked the show, please consider leaving us a rating or a review. It really helps, and we might even read your review on the show. You can also join our Patreon at patreon.com/churchjamsnowpodcast. Tiers start at $5 per month for tons of bonus content, but you can even join for free to get access to our discussion boards, cast your vote on future episodes, and more. Peace out, Monfreres.
We are talking about Air for Free, right? I didn't mess that up. I didn't listen to the wrong album.
We'll find out when we get into the episode.